Good day, mate. Good day, mate. Good day, mate. Good day, mate.
Hello, friends. Welcome in. How are you today? Hope you're having a great day. I just realized, wait, I need to check to see how much internet I have left. So hold on. Excuse me. I think we're technically going to be fine for today, but I'm going to purchase a new data package anyway. Because we still have a few days. My internet doesn't reset for another 4 days. We have streams. Oh, goodness. All right. It's fine. All right. Let me just double check, everybody. that everything is working, and then we will begin. In the meantime, how are you? How was your weekend? Also, I will be turning on fishing here momentarily. So for those who wish to fish, you will be able to. All right, I think we are good. Oops. I think we are good to go. Let's go ahead and move on over here. Welcoming everybody. How are you today? So let me see. Will this work? Ignore the fact that I did it twice. But I'm pretty sure it has worked. So I think you should be able to fish now. If not, I'll have to do it manually. But I've been trying to get everything programmed on my stream deck, and it's mostly been working. So anyway, I hope fishing's on. You guys can check it for me. But in the meantime, Emmers, you're here first. Emmers, how are you? How was your weekend? How was your day? Johnzo, welcome in. Also, I skipped Yemet. Yemet, welcome in. Hello, how are you? Johnzo, how's it going? Secret, welcome in, Secret. Emmers, thank you so much for the 60 stream streak. Thank you so much for being here. Sorry, I didn't mean to skip. I didn't mean to skip. How are you all? How's your day? It worked. Okay, good. I'll have to stop the thing that makes it go twice, but I'm glad that it's working. Teemo? Speaking of League of Legends, a 3-star Teemo. Speaking of League of Legends, I don't know if you guys heard, but apparently there is a live-action League of Legends show in the works. It is going to be in Bilgewater, which is like the piratey place. So expect a pirate live-action League of Legends show. Doing good, OMG Teemo. Thanks so much for the 70 stream streak. I'm glad it was you. Yeah, that caught a Teemo. I feel like out of most of the worlds or like sections of League of Legends, Bilgewater maybe makes the most sense to do a live action show because it's basically Pirates of the Caribbean, like with probably a little bit more magic, but that's like kind of it. It's so like it's very doable. I will be curious to see. I think it has the chance to be too cheesy, depending on how they do certain things. Like, for example, I imagine, like, trying to imagine how they're gonna do this. Like, one of the things that Arcane did very well, for those who watched Arcane, was that I think it showed how the characters are in the game, like their abilities and all that sort of stuff. And then Tremo, that should be a skin. Emmers, how are you? I feel like it did a good job of showing like, this is kind of what like their abilities are like in game, but in a more practical context. Things like so like if you go to the Bilgewater champions like Misfortune and Gangplank and all of them, like they'll have like some really weird ones, like how are they going to do her ultimate? Like how would they show her ultimate in live action and it not look cheesy? I don't think there's a way. So I feel like it's going to, that like something like that would be very cheesy. Same thing, like I guess Gangplank, his ultimate, it could happen like, I wonder if it'll be like the ultimates happen for each person once during the season. So like only at one point does Gangplank, you know, call down the barrage of like cannonballs and stuff. And then like there's gonna be some episode where Misfortune gets to do her ultimate where she shoots the hail of bullets, and then that's it for the season. It never comes back. Because if they're doing that like every episode, I mean, I know that it would be weird, but I don't know. Just seems odd. So anyway, live action League of Legends show in the works. Apparently it's going to be filming in Thailand sometime starting this year or something. So anyway, also, this is a big week, everybody. Big week. This Wednesday in the US is when the Nintendo Direct happens. Wild. I am very curious to see what it is. I'll be ready to pre-order just in case. I will be awake for it, so we shall see what that is like. I am very curious. I will also remind you guys / warn you, tomorrow is April Fool's Day. So do not expect any of the Nintendo updates that's coming out in the next day, next 24 hours to be, well, more than 24 hours, to be real. So I could go wild in the Discord. Lawnmower, welcome in. I knew people would be a little sad about No Man's Sky. I think we might, what I was thinking about is later this week, we might go back into No Man's Sky. I kind of forgot that I was doing, a while back, I was doing a permadeath run, trying to get to the center of the galaxy to get one of the achievements, and I like am in the middle of that, and I just never continued. So I was like, maybe we'll do that. I did actually make a lot of good progress on my museum though over the weekend, so I'll have to show you guys that sometime. But yeah, we're playing Professor Layton today, and we'll be doing that for probably the next few streams. But so I can go wild in the Discord. Yes, when the direct is going, we'll create a thread just in case somebody doesn't want to get spoiled or anything. We'll create a thread, and that way we can go in there and be chatting about it. But yeah, Nintendo Direct. Again, remember, tomorrow is April Fool's Day, so there's going to be so much nonsense tomorrow. Why did they decide to do it the day after April Fool's Day? I may or may not have spent all morning expanding my first base to look like a piece of art. We'll call that fair. Are you still enjoying it? And did you start the expedition? Can you create it tomorrow? Yes, I will create it tomorrow. I plan on also making like a bingo card. Things that I expect. There is something that I will potentially add to that bingo card that I've been talking about. I feel like we'll see, but Square has just launched their Final Fantasy IX 25th anniversary website. So it seems as though they are going to be celebrating 25 years of Final Fantasy IX, which is wild. But Final Fantasy IX remake, or remaster or whatever, is it happening? Is it finally happening? Because it could be. I did do the expedition. My boyfriend and I completed at the same time, but we didn't stay together. Multiplayer issues were happening, so we went single player for the majority. Yeah, that's fair. There are definitely some things that are like easier to do without multiplayer being connected, which is super dumb. For example, glitch building. If you ever try glitch building and it doesn't seem to be working, if you're in a multiplayer group, for whatever reason, it's like harder to get those things to work. I really don't know what the case is, but I've had a lot of people, or there were a few times where I was trying to glitch build while in a party, and then I read they were like, leave the party, and it like worked immediately after that. So I was like, okay, interesting. It must be the way it like updates for everyone or something. Like it doesn't, I don't know. Anyway, But I'm glad you finished the expedition. I really enjoyed it. I'm now just trying to collect all the fossils and all that stuff. But Emmers, do you have some predictions for the direct? Any major predictions? And anybody else? We've been having a lot of issues with multiplayer. Most of them are small, but it adds up on frustrations. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I will put together a bingo card of things that I imagine. Things I've already said are a Mario game that's probably not Mario Kart. I don't know if they would do that, but I still think that it's been long enough that they will at least announce a new Mario game. Maybe it won't be a launch title. Maybe they'll save Mario Kart 9 for being the launch title. But Mario Kart. And then I think they will at least announce a new Mario game. Mario Kart 9, Metroid Prime, 1-2 Switch, Nintendo Land S game. Yeah, like a demo, and Zelda remake. Zelda, that's probably a good call. I feel like I want something more. I think Tappa said maybe like an Elden Ring or something. I want something more from Nintendo. What were the launch titles for the Switch? 1-2 Switch. Snipper Clips, which actually I liked. I really liked Snipper Clips. Snipper Clips is actually made by the same people who make Tangle Tower and like Crow Country and all that fun fact. Oh, we both have a settlement on the same planet. Oh, interesting. For example, and his settlement is constantly under attack of endless waves of sentinels, while mine is never attacked. And when I say endless, I mean endless. We sat and killed them for 30 minutes straight, and they never progressed in waves or stopped. Oh my goodness. Finally left and swapped a single player to fix it. Yeah, that's actually interesting. To be honest, I don't know if I've ever heard of like two people having settlements on the same planet. I wonder if, so I wonder if that's like a bug, but maybe the chances are just very rare, you know? Oh, welcome in. Objection. I mean, right answer, Luke. Welcome in. Layton. I'll just call you Layton. How are you? How's it going? I assume big Layton fan. Just a guess. Just a wild guess. We'll be getting into the game here shortly. We just usually chat for a bit. Yes. Oh, look at that. Look at that Luke. That's so good. Luke Kappa. That's so good. We have, just in our BTTV emotes, we have a Luke Yep. Do we have a Layton? No, we don't. We just have Luke Yep because I think it cracks me up. But that's only if you have BTTV that you can see that. But anyway, that's so good. Which is your favorite game? Oh, that's fair. Is that also, goodness, so many Layton emotes. I love it. So this is my first time playing through, the Layton games. So I am very new to the series. I will also say I'm very bad at math puzzles, which there are, plenty. So if that frustrates you, I apologize, but I typically go through the puzzles without much help. It just takes me a while, so you'll have to just watch me talk myself in circles. Yeah, it's very fun. It is very fun to be playing these games for the first time. I've really enjoyed it. I usually need like a little break in between each one, just because my mind needs a rest. I do love puzzle games, but math is not my strong suit, and there are just so many like math logic puzzles that it's just like my mind explodes after a bit. But which is your favorite? Which is your favorite Layton game? If you're an expert. Emmer's here, or Holy Shiznots. She's a big Layton fan, so. Really, I feel like Unwound Future has had a ton of math, but maybe I've blocked out that one. Maybe I've blocked out that one. We are We've only solved 36 puzzles thus far in this one. I have it open. We've solved 36 puzzles, so we're still pretty early on. I feel like there have been so many. But anyway, we were talking about Nintendo Direct. My favorite is probably Pandora Box. It's the first one I played. Oh, that would make sense. One math puzzle would be considered too many in jet size. You know what? Fair. You know what? I accept that. But actually, I mean, do you think we'll hear anything about Professor Layton on Wednesday? On the Nintendo Direct? Or Elysian Box? I don't know. Oh, yeah, Elysian Box. I think that was the one. I think that's what it was named in the US, I'm pretty sure. Right? I think it was. Diabolical Box. Yes, that's what it was. I knew there was a box of some kind. What was I gonna say? Do you think we'll hear anything about Layton on Wednesday? In French. I wonder why they didn't use Pandora's Box, because we know what Pandora's Box here, you know, like mythologically. So I wonder why they decided not to use that. The name of the box is Elysian in the game, I believe. Okay. Level 5, I mean, it does seem like they've been, you know, pushing back, you know, dates of things and stuff. I wonder if we would hear anything about that. Unless, I wonder if Nintendo will do, like, maybe they'll focus on first-party stuff on Wednesday. And then maybe they'll have a direct soon of, like, another one of them saying, here are, like, we're gonna have a direct just for third-party titles or something like that. I probably would have to get the Switch if they, well, I mean, we know it's coming out. I doubt it'd be a launch title. That would be cool, though. I don't know. I'm on a Layton Discord that announced Layton news, so I don't need to search by myself. Fair. Fair. I really am excited for Level 5's other game, Deca Police. That, I think, looks so good. It looks so much fun. And I just want it. And they've kept delaying it. And I remember being like, I wonder if they're waiting for the Switch 2. And I mean, they might be. Even though I know it's cross-platform. Like, I think it's going to be on PlayStation as well. And probably Xbox and Steam, I would imagine. But I think the first announcement for Deca Police was on a Nintendo Direct. I think. And so part of me wonders if, like, I don't know, if we'll get some news about it now that the Switch 2 is releasing. But Deca Police is like a turn-based JRPG, but you're also solving like murders and stuff, or like crime anyway. Cosmo, welcome in. How's it going? Excited for some more Layton. But I'm excited to see what happens, what they announce on Wednesday. I'll be waking up early to watch it and all of that. So you know a little bit of Layton or totally discovering it? So only what I've played, really. So I've only played the first 3 games, so that's it. That's all I know. I woke up an hour ago. Oh, very nice, very nice. Whereabouts in the world are you, Cosmo? What was I gonna say? Oh, but as a reminder, I'm gonna keep reminding you all because I will probably forget tomorrow. Tomorrow is April Fool's Day, so I am sure the leaks, the quote-unquote leaks for the Nintendo Switch 2 are going to be running rampant. So, just as a reminder, you know, take everything with a grain of salt tomorrow. What's going to be funny is if there's actual real leaks, no one will believe it. Are you doing something on the occasion on stream? I mean, we could rewatch it, depending on how long it is. We could rewatch it. I'm going to watch it live. because apparently it might go on pre-order during the direct. So I'm going to be watching it live just in case, but we could probably rewatch it. That way we can like all chat about it and talk about it and stuff. And I'm sure there'll be some people who haven't watched the direct, so that makes sense. So Central Standard, 3 p.m. Okay, very, very cool. Nice. I'm in Alaska, so it's only about to be noon. But yeah, that's a good call. We could watch it. Would you guys want to do that on Wednesday? Rewatch the direct, and then we can pause and chat about it. And well, this is the third one, right? Is this the third one, or is this the fourth one? Unwound Future. Yeah, I'm not an entire newbie. I'm on the third. Okay. Yeah, so we're you know, I still feel very new to the series considering how many there are, but I knew I wanted to at least complete this one before the next Layton comes out, but we might see which other ones we do. We might see which other, if we need to fill in some time. There are some other games that I would like to play after this. I've already mentioned playing Final Fantasy VIII. Now, I mean, a 9 remake, I doubt it'd be a shadow drop, but like 9 remake would be fun to play at some point. I have my eye on, there's a turn-based RPG coming out next month. No, yeah, next month, April, called Clair Obscure Expedition 33. That looks so good. So I want to see if we can play that. So yeah, we've got some games kind of lined up. Also, I bought Final Fantasy 16, so we'll play that. I might sneeze, but I think it has subsided, so we're fine. I will also say, I am loving my Stream Deck, more so than I thought I would, to be honest. But now that I can, like, I have continually programmed things in here that I keeps popping into my head, like, oh, I should try to see if this should work. Today will also be a major test, because for those that have not seen me play Layton, I have the DS screens. One is smaller, one is bigger on the screen, and they like swap places depending on what's happening. I've programmed that into my Stream Deck instead of using my virtual one. So today will be a major test of strength to see if it holds up. But I've tried to program as much stuff as possible into this, so that way it just makes things so much easier for me. And so far it has been, like, in testing, and I am impressed by how it works. So anyway, very excited. The last things I added were the turn fishing on and off. I can now run ads and all of that from here. I can snooze ads from here as well. All sorts of stuff. But I'm excited to see how the swapping of the screens work, and I think it'll be easier, because like I was saying, I have so many windows open when I stream, and so to be able to instead of having to, in the middle of a puzzle or in the middle of a thing, go here, open up my virtual Stream Deck, click on the buttons and stuff, I can do it from here, and it should be nice. You should program full screen bottom or full screen top because of the cinematics. Well, yeah, so we do pretty much have that. For the anytime, like, even when I'm, so, like, you know how when a puzzle starts, it has like the text at the top, and then it has the actual puzzle at the bottom. When I'm reading out the text, I swap it so that's the top screen is on is up front. And then I swap it back. But I was doing it in a way that was like, just because I didn't have a physical Stream Deck, I had like a virtual, and I still use it. I have a virtual one. It was just really like annoying to deal with. But now I think it should work. It should be fine. So I'm excited to give that a shot. Well, like I said, I will put in the Discord a thread tomorrow for the Direct, so that way we can all talk about the Nintendo Direct. I'm gonna make a bingo card of things that I'm expecting, and maybe I'll create a blank one for you all. I am the confused on how to get into the Discord. There should be a button to get into the Discord on that website. There should be a little purple. Too much to bear. Welcome in. There's a Layton bingo, if I recall correctly. I did mention just a little bit ago, I wonder if they're going to mention Layton at all during the Direct. But I wonder if they're going to do like, part of me wonders if they're going to be like, Wednesday is just for like mostly first party stuff or launch stuff. And then, besides also just talking about the console, but I wonder if they're going to do another Direct very soon. Like, I could see them being like, later this month, we will have a Direct where it's like third party, you know, whatever, to see what's coming up for the Nintendo Switch 2. I could see them like really keep the hype going for a little bit. Oh, also, because Emmers, you posted how like the Nintendo Switch 2 experience ends May 31st or something like that. And you were saying like, oh, maybe it's June, which I think is a safe bet. I do wonder because last time for the Switch, March 3rd, which is when the Switch released, was the start of the last Switch experience. And so I wonder if that's like where they're timing it, that would be then late May, which would be wild. Just give me all of it. Give me a 3-hour press conference. Wait, that would be wild. They haven't said how long this one's going to be, right? And I think what we're going to do, so I will be watching it live, Bear, because in the case that they put it on pre-order, but I will I think we're going to watch it on stream as well. I'll watch it again, and we can just talk about it. I think you're more than likely going to get info for Layton from level 5. Yeah, I guess that's true. But didn't they announced it on a Nintendo Switch? No, or I forget which ones were announced where. Because Deca Police was announced on a Switch Direct, I think. But now I don't remember. Now I'm thinking, wait a minute, maybe Layton was announced at the level 5 Direct then. Right? Astral Chain 2. I've heard very good things about that game. I've never played it. Is that also level 5? Layton was announced on a Direct, but we've been getting... Yeah, that's true. Yeah, okay. Yeah, because I've watched a few of those. Like that game. I've heard good things. I have not seen any bit of it, though. Like, I can imagine the protagonists, but... I can't, like... I don't know. I don't know what the gameplay looks like at all. Oh, we had a little bit of a bitrate drop. I think we're back. Looked like just a tiny hiccup, so apologies. We have a ton of Layton to play before I know. Well, I have heard that story-wise, this one is more connected, but yeah, there is plenty of Layton to play in between. I know there's the what is it? No, it was my OBS had a little hiccup. Ace Attorney crossover, right? And surely better the new World of Steam. I am very excited for that. I am very, very excited. Oh, you just answered me. Yeah, sorry. Let me see here. Something real fast. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Oh, perfect, Lawnmower. Well, welcome into the Discord. Let's see. The two ones on 3DS are important for the lore. Which are those two? What's the titles for those? Also, since no one is fishing, we will just turn fishing off. Fishing done, everybody. Also, get rid of it there. Miracle Mask and... Hold on, my OBS is... Azran Legacy. Hold on. Well, we'll see if we'll see when Professor Layton, the new one, comes out, and if it's Joss, welcome in, and happy belated birthday, Joss. Everyone, make sure you say happy birthday to Joss. We'll see if we end up doing the prequels before the new one comes out, or like, cause I mean, who knows when Layton's coming out. Tap! Welcome in, Tap. We were just talking about Nintendo.
Right, mate.
I know I've heard your predictions a little bit, but I'm very excited to see what comes true. Also, just as a reminder, what's Nintendo? April Fool's is tomorrow, everybody. So there are going to be so many fake leaks. So many fake leaks that get announced. So just keep that in mind. Again, the funny thing would be if a real leak does actually happen and it's all put out on the internet, no one will believe it. Because everyone will be like, this is the most realistic fake I've ever seen. I find it funny when a company has an event on April 2nd, because I always wonder if they really wanted the first, but knew they couldn't. Yeah. Because I mean, part of me is like, why not? You know, like, they couldn't they? Thanks, took today off just for fun, and now 2/3 of the way through the No Man's Sky expedition, Joss. That's so fun. I'm glad that you took the day off. You deserve it. I bet you'll get through it. It's not that long of one. Actually, Rooster Teeth's anniversary is on April 1st, and it haunted them every time they wanted to celebrate. Yeah, it does make it difficult to plan things. For sure, because you just know that either everyone is expecting that the event won't happen, or I don't know. It just, I feel like there'd be high expectations for an April Fool's event, you know? It'd be funny to release an announcement the April 1st, making people think it's an April Fool. Yeah, exactly. They'd just be like, I mean, like, if they did the direct on the 1st, like, no one would really question it. It's just everything else surrounding it would be up to speculation, I think. Because, you know, Nintendo wouldn't do a joke. Nintendo's, like, despite being, like, a very fun company, they wouldn't ever, like, do a April Fool's joke about their console, I don't think. Gilmore, how are you? It doesn't feel like it's April tomorrow. I know, it doesn't. Like, Nintendo is very serious about their consoles and stuff. So, like, they're definitely not the type that would do something wild and crazy. What are your locked-in Switch 2 predictions? So, okay. I'm going to say, I think you are right about a few things, unless you've already discussed. And we did a little bit, but I don't mind talking about it because it's exciting. We talked about it a little bit, but like, I do think you're right. I think there will be the, like, Zelda remake. I'm guessing Wind Waker. I hope it's Wind Waker. Or remaster or whatever. I think you're right there. I would say either late May or June release date. Sounds like it's going to be, well, there's actually two rumors now. One is either that, hold on, sorry. One is either pre-orders go on sale on Wednesday during the Direct. The other one is that pre-orders go live April 9th for whatever reason. I don't know why the 9th, but they're saying that I guess it was like they found marketing materials or something that went to one of the different companies that said that pre-orders would go live on the 9th. I will be ready for the Direct just in case. Nintendo, the new Switch will cost as much as an iPhone 15. April Fools, we lied. Not about the price, about the fact that it's an April Fools. Exactly. That would be amazing. I have heard, okay, price-wise, that it's going to be $350 to $400, very similar to the Switch now. I think that's probably fair. Do you think we'll get 2 SKUs? Ooh, I could see that. I could imagine them doing a black and then a one that is like color, like the red and blue. Maybe, I wonder what they would do instead. I think we'll get 2 SKUs though. Oh, do you think like it's a Switch Pro? I don't know if it'd be like better than the other. I think it'll be different colors though. Vix, welcome in. How are you? I don't, because I didn't even think about color options, because I think a while back when we were talking about this, I mentioned the idea of like, do we think we would get like a Switch Lite, like a Switch 2 Lite, like so that there are 2 price points, one that's like the cheaper option and then one that's like normally priced. And then I kind of talked myself out of it. I think I was sort of like, I feel like if they did that, they would be splitting. Part of me is like, they should just have one that's like the more expensive one, I guess. Because people will buy it. Because people will end up buying it. But because they might lose out on money if they have a Switch Lite available at launch. If that makes sense. But I think they'll definitely come up with like some kind of Switch 2 Lite. But I feel like there's going to be at least 2 different colors. Do we think that the OLED is not built in? Or are OLEDs still too expensive? I'm doing good, Vix. I'm doing good. Just been a typical day. I don't really know much about like displays and screens and stuff. No way it's OLED. Is it really? Is it that much more expensive? Keep hearing rumors that it's not OLED, which I really hope isn't true. I'm spoiled by OLED now. It feels like that would be weird if it wouldn't be, because it feels like a step back, you know? It's a model they can release later to sell more. Yeah, but I guess. Maybe it is much more expensive. Double dipping on the Nintendo nerds like me. Yeah, they know what they're doing. I will say, I think there will be, if not at launch, I think they will announce a new Mario game. It's not Mario Kart. I think they will announce a new 3D Mario game. Maybe it won't be a launch title, but I think it'll be coming soon. I'm glad you had a regular kind of day. Nothing went AWOL. Yeah, it's been pretty good so far. Tab, I have 4 Switches. They know what they're doing. I didn't know you had 4. Do you think we'll get a Switch 2 Pro controller? Yes. Well, yes. I was about to say, do we think the old one would still work? And the answer is probably for the like older Switch games, but the new Switch has like an extra button. So it has the C button. So I assume that's gonna matter. I hope there's a new 3D Mario. Yeah, I really want it to be a launch title because we would play that so fast. That would 100% sell the console for me. I just don't know if if they would have one competing with Mario Kart, which they're two different games though. Like two different, like I am not a big Mario Kart fan, TBH. So like I don't know if they would, if they feel like, I wonder what the strategy is. Like I wonder if they would feel like they would be splitting their, you know, buyer base a little bit. You have the original Splatoon Edition OLED, Zelda OLED, and Zelda Switch Lite. Do you not have the Animal Crossing one? I thought you did for some reason. And I've still never used the Switch Pro controller. Maybe I will this time around. I liked it for Breath of the Wild. I don't dislike Mario Kart. I'm just not good at it. I feel like I just get very bored of it. I bought the skin for the AC. Okay, that's what it was. Sassy, welcome in. How are you? How's it going? Talk about the shells. I wish I had the Animal Crossing shell. I love the back of it. So yeah, I think Mario game will be announced. New 3D Mario game will be announced. We said the Zelda. I could imagine, like I think you've said Elden Ring or something like that. There is probably an option there. I do wonder if they are going to stick with first-party titles for this direct, and then maybe say there will be a third-party direct here in a little bit, because I mentioned this earlier, but Square Enix has just launched their website for their Final Fantasy IX 25th anniversary website thing. Final Fantasy IX has been rumored to be to have like a remake or big remaster or something in the works for a long time now. And people are wondering, I heard people wondering today if they were going to announce it during the direct. I really don't, unless they have like a section of it that's like, here are some third-party titles that are coming out for that, then maybe that would be like a way they announce it. But I feel like they're gonna focus hard on the hardware, and then like the first party stuff, and probably like a 1-2 switch 2. But another launch title was Snipper Clips, which was like an indie game that was kind of meant to also like show off the game. Snipper Clips 2. Snipper, and I mentioned this, but there are more people here that would care. Snipper Clips was actually made by the same people who made Tangle Tower, and like Crow Country. That's my excuse for why I never played much of the two Zelda games. Playing with Joy-Cons wasn't ideal. Yeah, I could feel that. Doing pretty well. Today wasn't too bad of a day. We're just saying a lot for a Monday. Yeah, that's totally fair. If we get a new 3D Mario game, I'd be yes. Well, because surely they've been working on one. Part of me is like, if it's not a launch title, why not? why not? When did Odyssey come out? Someone look that up for me. When did Mario Odyssey come out? Because they have had time. Yes, they've done like Wonder, and there have been other. Do we know Oh, actually, I don't know. I don't think so, because I remember when Wonder came out, they were like, there was a lot of speculation on who made the game. I think, right? Wasn't there? I could be wrong. If it's not, what are they even doing at Nintendo? 2018, yeah. I mean, like, they've had time. They've had time but the one thing I will say, I don't know if they want just like one Mario title for the launch, and Mario Kart 9? Yeah, would probably be that, I guess. But Nintendo does a thing where they don't really publicize who makes the game until you see the credits. Right. Someone planted this idea in my head. Super Mario Galaxy 3. I can't shake it now. That would be wild. People would love that. That'd be fun. That'd be very fun. It's a very, like, I would love to see that. Was this your uncle? Who gave you this idea? What were... Okay, hold on. Nintendo? Gosh. Oops. Okay. So, okay, here were the launch titles. My aunt, actually. As great as Odyssey is, I don't think any Mario game has reached the popularity that Galaxy did. Really? I mean, well... I loved Odyssey so much. That's, but I mean, like, Galaxy was very popular. Was Galaxy 2 as popular as Galaxy 1, though? So 1-2 Switch was at launch. Just Dance 2017. Will we see Just Dance? No, that just released, didn't it? Or wasn't there one like recently announced? Snipper Clips. Gosh, I totally forgot about this game. Super Bomberman R. This game I do not remember. Apparently it was not very good because no one is talking about it still. Fast RMX. It's a racing game. I Am Setsuna was also available on... That's a third-party... I mean, it's a third-party game. Square, I think. Shovel Knight, Spectre of Torment. Skylanders Imaginators was also available at launch. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe launched more than a month after release. It was April 28th. They announced ARMS. ARMS 2, when? Two ARMS, Too Furious. What else? Ultra Street Fighter 2 was announced for then 2 months later. Splatoon 2. Elder Scrolls, Skyrim. They announced Mario Odyssey, but it came out in a holiday of that year. Interesting. And then there's some other random stuff. I wonder what we'll see. But what we'll do is I will watch it live again because I need to be ready for if it goes on pre-order. If they announce oh, no one has been talking about this. Do we think we'll get a Smash Bros announcement? Do you think there'll be a Smash Bros Super Ultimate announcement? No way. At launch, no. But it's been so long. Well, I mean, they could tease it. They could tease an announcement, like not saying it's like at launch, but like they could just have like a, you know, a teaser would be a solid fun prediction. I think that's gonna be that there'll be a teaser for it. And Sakurai is a playable character. One more thing, Smash is in active development. Yeah, I could see that. I wonder, I get chills when Splatoon was announced for... You don't see it? No, Emmers, there has to be. Now there has to be. I'll be disappointed. I will stop streaming if there's not a Smash Bros announcement. There could be, though. When was that announced? When was this posted? March 8th, 2018. So that was a year afterwards. This is for all the hunt for Gollum, True Believer, Optimus. I'll say ultimists. Hold on. I mean, like, it's been so long since the last one, and it's also been rumored that there wasn't going to be another one, pretty much, or that, like, if it was, they would it'd be kind of like a reboot or whatever. But, friends, Sakurai is working on stuff, and it could be the next Smash. We don't know. He was doing that YouTube series, which I don't know if we talked about it a little bit ago. He was doing that YouTube series about like game dev stuff. I watched I watched a few kind of throughout the year that he was posting, but I watched the last one, and it was actually wild. I didn't realize this. He actually recorded all of it before posting it. And so, like, he's been done, like, he's been free for work, in all of this time. So, like, and I mean, like, come on, he's like, he keeps on saying, this is my last Smash Bros, but he can't let it go. You know he can't. He's built too many relationships. The franchise is basically built on the back of Sakurai. He has to do it. He has to make another one. I do have here, just because I love this trailer so much. Hold on. Boop. I love, this is the trailer where Splatoon was announced for Smash Bros. I remember when I saw this, I had chills, everybody. There were chills. Because I remember being like, oh, it's a Splatoon game. It's a Splatoon thing? Oh, interesting. I liked Splatoon. Also, the Splatoon music's so good. It was like this part where I was like, what's happening? I'm scared. So good. I remember being like, oh, Smash Bros. So like, oh, and then this is like frightening. The backlit champions of of Smash Bros. So dark, so intense. You see, we're gonna get something like that, but one of the silhouettes will be Sakurai, and and it's going to be like Sakurai is in development for Super Smash Bros. What do we think though? Do we have any contemplations for what the next Smash Bros will be called? I think that's also a good question. We've had, you know, just Super Smash Bros, Melee, Brawl, Ultimate. Where do you go from there? I have a list of predictions. So we're going to be Super Smash Bros. Next, Squabble, the bickering, Super Smash Bros. Blood. Honestly, I feel like we could get a Professor Layton crossover, like not crossover, but added to Smash. Imagine if he was like a duo character with Luke. When is the direct again? This Wednesday. Very early this Wednesday. I think it might be like 9 your time. I think it's 5 my time. I'll double check. But imagine, like, I can imagine Layton and Luke being like a sort of like ice climbers type situation. I hope Layton has like a move where he like just chucks Luke at somebody as Luke tries to see if they're wearing a disguise. I didn't realize it was that early for you. Yeah, so I will be up. I'm going to wake up. Well, I might just even stay up. Who knows? For that. And see and be ready. I'll have all of the sites open, ready to pre-order in the case it's pre-order time. But I'll be at work. And we also talked about we're gonna watch it again on stream. So we can, so for people who haven't seen it, we'll be able to watch it, but then also we can, like, for people who have, we can pause and talk about it and like all of that. The hype will be real, I bet. Very excited to see what gets announced. It'll be wild. I'll have to think through. So tomorrow I'm going to be making a thread in the Discord for the direct, so that way we can all talk about our predictions, and then when the video goes live, we can all be talking in there as well. But I will also make a bingo card. I do 2-tap. I really hope we can pre-order on Wednesday. I think if they announce it ahead of time, it's just gonna be a nightmare. Like, it'll be even more of a nightmare because the scalpers be scalping, you know? That was the hardest vote of my life. Oh, the onesie? Oh yeah, make sure you guys go vote on which onesie. I know we still have a ways to go, but I figured we'd go ahead and pick out which one is the onesie we'll get. I'll have to be sneaky trying to listen to it. I know, you're gonna be at work. Oh man, I should be able to catch the wreck, but I'll be going into the office, so I'll likely miss the stream. No, it's okay, Joss. I hope you get a chance to watch the direct though. Super Smash Bros. Scalp. That would be wild. With a new scalping mechanic. It's weird because like with the Switch, there were so many like Switch gimmicks, you know, with the fact that the system is called the Switch. Can't really do that with this, I don't think. The Koala's so cute, but the Stitch feels so relevant. Yeah, I think last I checked, it looks like Stitch was winning by a wide margin. I also chose some like Australian ones in there because I was like, oh, that'll be nice. But Stitch would be pretty great. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any other like. Yes, we'll get a tech demo game, like a 1-2 switch. I do wonder if we'd get something like Snipper Clips too. Again, because it's cool that they had like an indie game as a launch, even though it was like very obviously made for the Switch. Again, the devs who made Snipper Clips are still very much in. You know, are active. They are the people who made Tangle Tower, like the Grimoire games and Crow Country and all that. So like, they could technically make another game for the Switch too if they wanted. I did get the crochet kit. I actually still need to order the tattoos. I need to do that. I'll do that today. I'll do that tonight. But I did get the crochet kit, so we'll have to do that. It's just sitting in the other room. Yeah, so I think, I mean, I could see like a tech demo. I would say, prediction, we will have at least one of those games. If it is true that the Switch 2 will have like mouse capability, one of those games will be a mostly mouse supported game. Like, maybe you can also use controller, but it'll make use of the Mario Paint would be fantastic. Mario Paint. Everyone's should we add Mario Paint to the list? I think I could even see like a third-party game that uses mouse stuff. I don't know what that would be. Cause like there's so many games now that also have controller compatibility. But I mean, like, I think they could say that, but they'll want something to show off the mouse. New Mario Maker, maybe? Oh, maybe. That's actually pretty smart. There has been one since a long time. I have not played Mario Maker. I kind of hope that would not be the Mario game, but now that you mention it, I could see that being the Mario game. That I could actually see that happening. I wonder if maybe, what if they could do like, I didn't think about the possibility of a new Mario Maker. I need this now. I do feel like you streamed it for a bit too, right? Like, I feel like shortly after we met. I don't know why why OBS is doing its thing, but I do remember you playing a lot of it. So Mario Maker would make sense. I have never played it. It's not, I think the only thing that would make me play it is if for some reason they added like a 3D tile set. You can make your own Mario 64 now. That would be wild. That would actually get me interested in it. But yeah, I never played it. I'm not really the type for it, I don't think. But it honestly makes sense. And so now I'm a little upset. Now I'm like, we're definitely not getting a 3D Mario. We're gonna get Mario Maker. It's okay. It's fine. Well, friends, we need to run ads before we get into the game. So if you need a stand-up stretch, etc., now is a perfect time to go do so. And then we will get into Professor Layton. So, friends, do your thing. Stand up, grab a snack, grab something to drink, and we will be RB.
This is your time, Jetpack Gang. Stand up, move around, grab a snack, hydrate. The stream will resume in just a few minutes.
And welcome back. Let's put you guys on the screen. And now let's test this out. Where are you? Oh. I need to fix... That's an OBS thing. I need to fix the black line there. It's fine. It's fine for today. But it works. It works. I don't have to... Look, we can just keep doing this all day long. We love it. We love it. And I don't have to go through my virtual stream deck. Lovely. My friend keeps telling me he has no hope for this direct. It'll just be the console, a price point, a release date, and Mario Kart, nothing else. The only... I could maybe see them, it being like a very hardware-focused direct. But I feel like it's I feel like if so, they will then be announcing another direct with it. The swap is really cool, thank you. I'd gotten it, I've had it working with my virtual stream deck, but I got an actual stream deck. I don't know if you've been here since I mentioned that, Tap, or like when I've mentioned it, but I actually got like a real stream deck. And it is, I love it way more than I thought I would. Excuse me. The tricky thing was that I wanted it to work with my virtual stream deck, which I use something called Sammy. And I Sammy doesn't work natively on Mac. And so their plugin to work to connect to an Elgato Stream Deck is also not compatible with the Mac, apparently. But I have tricked the system. They're so nice. Yeah, I'm really enjoying mine. But I've tricked everybody to make it work. So now, the way I'm able to control my virtual stream deck, I think, Tap, you would be the one to appreciate this the most. But because, so natively, I can't connect the two because I'm on a Mac. In order, though, because I have been able to get it to work, in order to push the buttons on my virtual stream deck via my Elgato Stream Deck, I have created filters in the scenes. So like under, like if on my gaming scene, I've put filters there that don't do anything except for that they have a name. I've renamed them. What my Stream Deck does is it turns those filters on or off. While my virtual Stream Deck, I've set up a command to look for when certain filters get turned on and off. Depending which filter it is, it pushes different buttons on the virtual Stream Deck. So it's like multiple steps to get it to work, but I've gotten it to work. And so when I'm actually, so when the, when I'm switching this, it's not the Stream Deck that is making it happen, or like my physical Stream Deck. All it's doing is turning on and off a filter. But Sammy is looking for when those filters get turned on and off, and then it's pushing the buttons that I'd already made. That was the thing that I was like, I don't want to sit there and have to remake everything or try to get it to work. I know some things won't work. And so, anyway, I think I've been able to get pretty much everything that I would normally press on my virtual Stream Deck on here now, just through the use of filters. So I am happy. They have to have games for the Switch 2, otherwise what is the selling point for the release? Right. Yeah, I guess that's true. They have to at least talk about some games that are launching. Unless, because again, there's rumors that the Switch 2 won't go on pre-order until April 9th. Could we see, what day is April 9th? That is a week from Wednesday. What if the 2nd is just the hardware, but there is also, but then they announced that there will be a direct either next Tuesday or Wednesday, and so it's like it's gonna go on sale with the announcement of games or something, or like I don't know. That I don't know. Just a guess. We get a splash video teasing games and a deep dive next Tuesday. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like they could be like, because I remember watching the Switch Direct live. Did they talk about games? Hold on, let me pull it up real fast. Switch Direct 2017. Ad. That's what I can't remember. I feel like they... I wanted to say that it was very sparse on games. Yeah, hold on. So yeah, okay, it did have Breath of the Wild because they show it running. They do show Mario Kart 8, but it wasn't like a trailer for it. It was like it's just running on the hardware. They showed off 1-2 Switch. Oh, and they showed off ARMS. Actually, you know what? They talk about Splatoon 2. There's the last, or for the Switch, there was actually a ton of games. They showed Mario Odyssey, Xenoblade. Okay, so yeah, this was like... What game is this? Oh, Dragon Quest. Okay, so actually... Oh, they also showed it... That's right, they showed off No More Heroes... 3? Or teased it? Okay, so actually... They showed off a lot. So, okay, I take it back. Actually... I think they're going to... ARMS was a launch reveal. I can't remember that direct at all. That was the whole rooftop scenario. You're right, I remember that. I remember so many people being like, wow, I wish I had a group of friends that we would hang out in our rooftops and just play games. I felt like that game came out mid-console life. No, it was I guess very early on, or within the first year. It just already felt old when it released. I never played ARMS. I feel like the people who played ARMS and loved it. But I never played it. All right, I'm wrapping up here at work, so I gotta head out and head home. Talk to you later. Tap, I hope you have a good one. And be careful of April Fools tomorrow. Don't be an April Fool. All right, friends. Let us go ahead and we can start getting to the puzzles. One, let me also remember where I put this button.
Into the void with you.
Remember, no backseating or spoilers. If you would like to discuss that, you can do so in our Discord. I played a very little... That's right. I forgot they had like a test. Or whatever. Never did that. So, remember, if you would like to discuss the puzzles, the solutions, or whatever, people will be in the Discord under the backseating and spoiler chat. That is where you can discuss. I do not want help unless I explicitly ask for it. Yes, I am bad at math. And you'll have to suffer through it. It's just what things are like here. If the basic rundown of the game so far is Professor Layton and Luke may be in the future. We don't know. They received a letter from future Luke, who is seen there on the right. Is he actually future Luke? We don't know. Yeah. That's basically it. There might be a scientist guy who maybe kidnapped a mayor and brought him to the future. Also, Professor Layton is seeing, like, around town, he sees this woman who apparently he had some kind of relationship with. And then something happened to them. He seems very flustered every time he sees her. But she has not seen him from what we've seen. But we know she was a scientist. So anyway, that's about it. And there's math. Math still prevails even in the future. I bet the view from the observation deck is out of this world. It does have quite the view, but we don't have time to stop right now. To the clock shop. Well, rude. Did we do a puzzle for this guy last time? It's maddeningly quiet. Why did the boss have to post me here? He also works. Midland Road is just on the other side of that door. I'll run ahead and open it. Hey, the door's locked. Locked? This is terrible. This is like my nightmare of a puzzle. So... what is... hold on. That'd be 9. Or 10, depend, like... wait a minute. Oh, right, no. I was like, is it 9 and 1 and 2 and 5? But that, because that's 7. So that's not right. So we need to figure out, and because... right, okay. How is this gonna work? Have you guys already figured it out? Don't tell me the answer if you have, but you can say if you figured it out. I should have like a thing that's like a channel point redemption where you guys can say if you figured it out. Maybe a Luke Yep pops up on the screen or something. Okay. We did, yeah. I feel like we should do that again. I didn't know if you guys would rather have something on the screen pop up too. 2 and 8 is 10, or 16. So that's not gonna happen. So we have to get... so we have to find something that... wait a minute. How is this working? Is this saying... hold on. Is this saying, like... blank plus blank equals this one singular number? Or because I've been thinking about it like these two, like this equals this multiplied. Right, okay, that's what I've been thinking. Okay, if that's the case, then this is harder. This is as hard as I was thinking. Because I was like, wait a minute, maybe it's like... is it just like moving? You know, Shady, welcome in, how are you? How's it going? Wait a minute. 2 and 3. No, that's not gonna make sense, because... wait. No, it does. It does make sense. 2 and 3, 6, plus 5, 1 plus 5, and then 2 plus 3 is 5, 5. It checks out.
I do believe I've got the answer.
I got it.
puzzling?
Making
I think
coffee.
not.
Nice. What kind of coffee? Thank you, thank you. I got there, everybody. I know you doubted me. Brilliant. Here's one possible solution. The right half and left half of the equation are interchangeable. Since they involve addition and multiplication, this equation is viable even if the two numbers on the left side swap positions or if the two numbers on the right side swap positions. Okay. Wonderful work, Big Luke. I think it's a little early for congratulations, Professor. This door's still unopened. If the puzzle wasn't keeping the door shut, what is? A body. Well, I suppose it's time for plan B. It might seem like too simple a solution, but would you two help me shove this door? Certainly. It seems we've run out of other options anyway. Ready, everyone? All together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Oof. Oh, wait. A body. Who's that sprawled out on the street? Ha ha ha, it's hard to believe, but this fellow must have fallen asleep against the door. Oh, okay. This just goes to show that every puzzle has an answer, even if that answer is just brute force. As we saw Professor Layton wielding a gun earlier in this game. Well, think fast, Professor, because that answer is coming right at us and he looks mad. Oh, it's Niklaus. That's right. He was just kind of like standing up against the door, wasn't he? Hey, why'd you kick down my napping door? Not only did it hurt, but you woke me up. We're terribly sorry, sir. Please understand we had no idea you were there. Oh, didn't realize it was you. Look, forget I saw anything. I'm just feeling kind of queasy. So I'm just going to head home now. I seem to have driven that poor man off again. I wouldn't fret over it too much, Professor. Besides, we need to keep moving towards the clock shop. We're just about there. So excited for a body. I thought it was legitimately a body. Did you happen to notice that odd flower growing in the abandoned shop on Southern Midland Road? No, I can't say that I have. That's very specific, Luke.
Welcome back, Sky Pirates.
Yeah, man. Oh, there's no text. Thank you so much for a tier 1 for 3 months in advance. Thank you so much for believing in me. Thank you for the 37 months you meant. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for the vote of confidence for the next 3 months. I appreciate it. Oh, that weird flower. Supposedly it attracts puzzles that have disappeared from the original location. Yes, we know. We've had like 3 different people tell us about this. Like a Venus flytrap for puzzles? That's what the rumors say anyway. I've never actually seen it for myself. But if those rumors are true, we'll have the ability to retrieve any puzzles we've left behind. I'd say that kind of reward more than warrants an investigation of the shop. What do you say, Professor? We already have. What do we have to lose? The shop in question is just a quick stroll away, and being able to visit lost puzzles would be very useful. Then what's stopping us? Let's go. We've already done this. Don't you want to take us? I mean, which shop? Is it this one? No. Whoops. Wait. Does it have to go back? Which shop?
Watch out, Professor. There's a bee over there.
Look at this guy.
See you, Space Cowboy.
Guessing about driving home. All right, Emmers. Enjoy. Look at this little bee.
Now, Luke, I'm sure he won't hurt us, as long as we don't bother him.
He hangy. Look at those eyebrows. Whoops.
If you say so.
You know, I've never seen a bee quite like this. Can you try talking to him, Luke?
I suppose I can give it a shot.
Well, look at Mr. Tall out here. Clearly he knows a bee of distinction when he sees one.
Beasley.
Wow, you're not like any bee I've ever met.
Isn't that what I just said? Well, it's true. I'm no run of the IFB, but I do try to blend in.
I will say this is like me doing a British accent.
You'd probably have better luck blending in if you didn't talk.
Sure, whatever you say, smart guy. But listen, I've got something you should hear.
Yeah.
You know those puzzles you don't get around to solving? Well, they all come hang out with me.
I know. This is the fourth person to tell us
See,
this.
I have what you might call one of them magnetic personalities.
Wait, are you saying you've got the same job as Granny Riddleton?
Granny who? I don't know no grannies. But my name is Beasley. I'm gonna tell you how to peruse those puzzles now. So listen good.
I'm all ears.
Tap that flower over there to see a list of all the puzzles. So anytime you get a craving to solve some of the puzzles you left behind, come here. Did that all make sense? Because people tell me I do tend to drone on. Get it? Drone?
It makes perfect sense.
All right then. You have fun with those puzzles, and I'll be here if you need me.
Okay, thanks. I wonder how many more times we will be told something about that flower. Watch out, you guys. Can't you see you're standing in the middle of a construction site? It's good to see that construction appears to be moving along. If only that were the case. See, we've hit a snag. Look at these boards here. Those are an odd shape. What are you using them for? Nothing right now. I've got cases of these things, but I can't work with them. I need square boards, see? What's a guy to do? Making the cut. The piece of wood below is an odd shape that's difficult to work with. Your task is to cut it into two pieces that, when combined, form a square. Because of the grain of the wood, however, the two pieces can't be flipped or rotated after being cut. Draw lines that show where to make this cut, then tap submit. I do recall there being a puzzle like this in one of the previous ones. Okay. So no rotation or anything. I need to make a square. Your task is to cut it into two pieces, and when combined, form a square. Okay. So, hold on. Can't be flipped. Okay. I have an idea. No, that doesn't work. I'm thinking we're going to need to... Hold on. Wait, no. Okay. Wait. It can't be flipped or rotated after being cut. Right, or rotated. Okay. Interesting. All right, then I'm wrong. I was saying basically like So I saw like this shape and how it is sort of like an inverse of this. And so I was trying to think of like how we could cut it basically so that like the two pieces just fit, but after rotating. But they can't be rotated, so never mind. I'm a dummy. So... So I think it needs to be a 5x5, and so that's like visually that's 5. We have this thing here. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is extra, but this can't be flipped or anything. So it says it can't be flipped or rotated after being cut. So no rotation. I know, but that's wild, yeah. Well, it honestly, I don't know. It just feels like this was a... You know, this is this is on them. The construction people, whoever placed the order for this. That's on them. They've made a mistake. This better not come out of the cost of the customer, you know? So it's this thing here that's a little bit wonky. So... And we're trying to... We can only make it into 2 pieces.
Good day, mate. Good day, mate.
How is that going to work? It's hard for me. Finally getting jet fuel. Yeah, we love that. Okay. Oh, last stream wasn't getting any. Oh, that's weird. I have heard a couple people have that Twitch bug before. I remember it wasn't too long ago somebody was like, I'm not getting any points for some reason. I'm glad that's fixed then. Okay. And we can't, yeah, okay, so once you're there... hold on. Visually... Well... 5. What's happening here? The 2 pieces can't be flipped. Is it gonna be something weird like... Oh, you're right, it can't be flipped. Wait. That works.
That should do the trick. Few things satisfy like a puzzle solved.
Sharp. Sharp answer. That wasn't too hard, was it? Or, I mean... yeah, sure. It was easy. Hey, look at that. One cut and I've got square boards now. Thanks for the idea, friend. Well... next time, just remember to order the right thing. There is a shop. The door was locked earlier, and no one would answer it when we knocked. That's because you didn't know the secret knock. Watch this. Come on in. Go on, try the door now. It doesn't look like anyone's here. Gosh. Tee-hoo! Well, look who's back. Ah, what are you doing hiding there? I see you've learned the secret knock, dearie. Actually, it was I who did the knocking. Spring, is Cog around? There you are, Luke. Cog's in the back room. Oh, are you friends with the owners? I suppose I neglected to mention that earlier. I assumed they were, because he trusted them with the letter. Yes, Spring and Cog have been helping me. Cog actually explains this situation better than I do, so you should ask him about it. All right, let's hear what he has to say. Cog's in the back room. He'll fill you in on how all this time traveling began. Sorry for keeping you in the dark. It was never my intent to make you feel tricked. Cog's tuning up the clock in the back. Okay. I just didn't know if anyone else had anything for us. I thought I heard voices up front. Nice to see you again, Professor, and, Luke, the Professor's apprentice. Yes, Luke, of course. Cog, would you mind talking a bit about the whole, about the wormhole and how it all started? I think it'd be great, to get everyone on the same page. It'd be my pleasure. You there, Luke. The smaller Luke, that is. Yes? Tell me, what does this contraption behind me look like to you? A big old clock. Right you are. By my estimates, this clock is well over 100 years old. The old gal needs a lot of TLC to keep chugging along. Don't go chasing waterfalls. So I spend quite a bit of time on maintenance. If you're spending a lot of time on maintenance, it sounds like it doesn't need a lot of TLC, because TLC was notoriously against scrubbing. It's a joke. I was right in the middle of oiling up her gears one day when two family goons busted in. Lockjaw. Here we go. This has got to be the place the boss was talking about. For sure. Hey, boss, there's a big clock here. Just like you said, it's a real antique. Come over and see. Ninja Gerbil. Thank you so much for the fuel up. You're your first one. Welcome in. It's a real antique. Come over and see. Just what do you two think you're doing barging into my shop? And get your hands off my clock. Can it, Gramps? You don't get to tell us what to do. Don't you know who you're dealing with? Yeah, a bunch of blockheads who won't leave my shop. If I were you, I'd keep a civil tongue in my head, old man. Now out of my way, out of the way. We've got a schedule to keep, Splinters. Bostro. What are you clowns putzing around for? Get to work. If we don't hurry, things won't be ready by the time you know who talked about. Sorry, Bostro, we're trying our best, but Gramps here is making things difficult. Don't be a lunkhead. You know how to deal with difficult. Throw him out on the street. Let me go, you dirtbags. We're just gonna go for a little walk, Gramps. That's okay with you, isn't it? You keep your filthy hands off my clock, you hear me? We're just about on schedule. But we have to wait to turn this thing on until it's the exact time the big guy mentioned. That's all I heard before those brutes tossed me out of my own shop. It wasn't until later that I found out what the thugs wanted from my little clock shop. See, the family funded the construction of a time machine by some scientists. I think the idea was to use it to create some kind of wormhole or warp point. But how did they manage to do that? Beats me. It was all mumbo jumbo, something about opening up a vortex in the flow of time. Anyway, for whatever reason, the plan didn't go exactly as they anticipated. I see. And somehow this hole in time manifested itself in or near this clock of yours? That'd be the case, yes. The clock has been ticking away for over 100 years. My guess is that something about the clock's age caused the warp point to gravitate to this spot. Yep, the wormhole, or whatever it's called, was pulled here and became a part of my clock. The thing is, I'm the only one who can keep the old gal running, which means, like it or not, Spring and I are the only people who can open and close this wormhole. That's really strange. It's a burden is what it is. Once the family found out about what I could do, they forced me to work the clock for them. After a while, I caught wind of Cog's situation. I'm sure it goes without saying, but Cog isn't a part of the family. In fact, the family's been nothing but a source of trouble for poor Cog. It sure sounds that way. Knowing that, I approached Cog and Spring and explained my idea to them. After getting them on board with my idea, Cog fired up the machine and helped get my message to you. And upon receiving your letter, my curiosity took myself and Luke on a journey that led us here. That's quite the plan you drummed up, Big Luke. Thank you, but it's about to get even more interesting. Oh? Professor, with Cog's help, we can send you and little Luke back to your own time. You'll be able to ask Inspector Chelmy all the questions you want, but when you're done chatting, you will come back to put a stop to what's going on here, won't you? Luke, you of all people should know the answer to that question. I keep my promises and I intend to solve the problem here. It's what a gentleman would do. Thank you, Professor. That was exactly the answer I was hoping for. Well, I wouldn't dream of leaving things here in this state. Older Luke doesn't look happy, though. It's suspicious. I'm still suspicious of older Luke. You said it yourself, Big Luke. The only one who can stop Herschel Layton is Herschel Layton himself. Haha, quite right. My apologies. I should never have doubted you. Return to present-day London. By the way, your Voldemort comment made me chuckle when I saw it. Imagine three brothers named Luke. Oldest refers to themselves as future. The youngest refers to themselves in the past, but the present Luke is shorter than the other. Crazy thing, this is all scientifically accurate. It's so wild. Oh, maybe just... Wait. Let me see here. Seems you've solved at least 30 puzzles. Yep, you've done enough research to take your investigation back to your own time. Hopefully you'll learn something there that will help us fix the terrible situation in our time. Yes, I hope so too. I'm sure the many puzzles about random numbers or how to chop some wood or all of that will be very useful to our investigation. If you'd be so kind as to fire up the clock. Hope you'll understand if I stay here. I don't want to risk distorting the events of the past any more than necessary. I agree completely. Besides, the poor inspector's eyes might very well pop out of his head if I showed up with two Lukes. But just think about how fun it would be to see his reaction. Pity you can't come, Big Luke. Okay, she's all ready to go. Let's get this show on the road. I still think they should, like, you know, stab Luke, younger Luke, to see what happens to future Luke. You know? Like, if that would be a proof, a 100%, like, unfallible way to figure out if older Luke is telling the truth. Maybe we don't have to stab Luke entirely. Just give him, like, a scar or something. So that way, we see if future Luke gets a scar too, you know? Easy peasy. Like, you know, basically nobody is harmed in the process. I must jump onto a work call. Have a nice one, pal. Shady, I hope you have a great day. Thanks for being here. It's always good to see you. Here we are. Ugh, I feel sick. Are you going to be all right, Luke? You're positively green. I feel sort of seasick. My ears are all stuffy and the ground feels like it's made of marshmallows. Yep, that'd be the time sickness talking. The first jump I made, I felt the same way. Well, Cog, we're going to head off now and see what we can find out. Paradox immunity would prevent past Luke from getting hurt. Oh, that's a good point. That would be true. That would be interesting. I do wonder, okay, if this is fake though, how did this happen? And how the time sickness, how would we explain that? Like, some of it seems, I don't know. I'm still like, I don't know if I trust that we're actually going into the future, but enough weird things have happened, so sounds good. I'll be here waiting for you. Just use that special knock and I'll let you in. Excellent. I was wondering how we'd contact you if we went back to your own time while we were out. Yep, that'd be a pain. All right, now you two should skedaddle. I'd like to get home in time for dinner. Okay, bye. Cog's in the back. Yeah, I know. I know. There's no doubt about it, Professor. We are back in our time. The surroundings here certainly do seem familiar. Phew, you know, all this time travel has really worn me out. Yeah, I could do with a rest myself, but we mustn't keep Cog waiting. You're right. So, shall we go find Inspector Chelmy? That would be our second stop. First, I'd like to run by my office at the university. So we are taking a break. Not quite. Quite? Not quite. I need to do a little prep work for a session with Inspector Chelmy. Preparation, my boy, is the foundation upon which every good investigation is built. Right you are, Professor. Now that we're back in our own time, we can reach the university by bus in a matter of minutes. Let's go, Luke. And how are you doing, young fella? Oh, hello there. Nice to see you again. Again? What's this again business? I just thought I'd give you some advice is all. All right, shoot. Not many folks know this, but when you solve puzzles, you can earn these. Oh, if you're going to talk about picarettes, we already know all about them. Oh, is that so? Well, big deal. It's not all that great a secret anyhow. Okay, well, thank you. We should really go now. We've got a lot to do. Wait, don't just run off like that. I have, a puzzle. Yes, that's right. I have a puzzle for you. I feel like he's just making this up. I see someone attempting to stab past Luke and a piano falls on the stabber's head before they can manage. Piano from where? Probably a wormhole that opens up between the piano's original spot and a story or two above the stabber's head. Et voila, paradox immunity. This is becoming Donnie Darko, where Luke is Donnie Darko. Boop. To find the clock tower in the village below, follow these directions. Go straight and take the first left. Take the next right and then the next left. And it will be right in front of you, at which spot A through H is the clock tower located. Okay. So it can't be this, because I was doing this while I was reading. Go straight, first left, take the next right, and then the next left. Something there. So, let's go G to H. So straight, left. No. Okay. Start at A. No. D. Straight, left, right. No. Okay. B. Straight, left. Wait, straight. First left. No, okay. Okay. No, that's right. Straight, left, right. Wait. Go straight. First left. Next right. And then the next left. And it'll be right in front of you. Straight, left, right, left. Oh, is that it? Hold on. If we go straight, first left, then take the next right, and then the next left. And it'll, yes, I think it's F. Oh, circle.
How about this?
No? What?
I guess it's back to the drawing board.
Hold on. Is that not right? I mean, obviously it's not, but hold on. Go straight. Left. Then the next... Or take the next right. So that'd be here. And then... Oh, wait. And then the next... Left. Right. Okay, so it's actually... It's H. Sorry, that was my bad. I got confused.
Here's my answer.
I just got mixed up. I went to my left instead of the left of the person. That's my bad. That's on me. That's my bad. I got turned around. How's that for a fun puzzle? It's in your top 10, yeah? It was okay, I guess. What? Just okay? Okay, I get it. You're playing cool. You don't want to let on that my puzzle rocked your socks off. You might be thinking too hard about this. Oh, Luke. Anything going on? Anything to click on? Alright, more hint coins. Oops. More puzzles. Hi there, small fry. What can I do for you? I notice there's a bus stop up ahead. London still has bus service, doesn't it? Of course, we've got more buses than you can shake a stick at. What an odd question to ask. Excellent. Did you hear that, Professor? London's buses still run. I heard, Luke. Your exuberance is appreciated, but we don't want to unsettle our friend here. Geez, I've never seen someone get Or there's a bus driver and a tour guide. So 37.
How about this?
Sorry, back now. Replacing my license plate required a 2-person effort. Oh no. Well, way to go for getting your license plate renewed. Good job. 37 people were riding the bus. There are 25 tourists in the lower level, and 40% of that is 10 tourists in the upper level. This amounts to 35 tourists. If you then add the tour guide and the bus driver, you get a total of 37 people. I got there. You know, I'm a bus aficionado myself, and my favorites are the double-deckers around town. I've never ridden a double-decker bus. The question is, am I a tourist? Because if not, I am not a tourist, and there's 38. Yeah. The one I remember was more like the bus ride started, there were this many stops, and half of them got here. Some got off here. How many people do we start with? Oh, interesting. I wonder if, well, it could be maybe that comes back, or, I wonder if it was changed for some reason. I wonder, I've never looked at, like, the regional differences between, like, the Professor Layton games. But there has to be, I'd imagine. Well, hello again, Bright Eyes. I trust you found yourself some nice, shiny hint coins. There we go. Yes, and your expert direction played no small role. Lovely, I'm glad I could be of help. But where's my thank you? Out with it already, goodness. Of course, please excuse me for not issuing a proper thanks. We appreciate your assistance. Yes, thank you. We never would have found them without the help of a wise old lady like yourself. Now, just a moment there, Half Pint. Who are you calling old? They don't call me Flawless Florence for nothing, and you know, I'm as fit as and nimble as as any teenager. I apologize, Miss Florence. I didn't mean to call you old. I know how sensitive some seniors can be about their age. Senior or old, you just don't get it, do you? Looks like I'm going to have to teach you a lesson the old-fashioned way, with a puzzle. Oh boy, Luke. A heartfelt heart. Oh, that's no fun. Emerson, I'm glad that you were able to get it fixed, though. Oh, did I have the screens flipped? In my younger days, I was considered quite the catch. This is a picture of me back then, along with 3 of my handsome suitors. A few moments after this photo was taken, one of these gents confessed his love by presenting me with a heart. Can you guess which one? With a heart. One has music, like a song note. One has, like, flowers. The other one is playing a violin. Had to bend backwards into my trunk with a wrench gripper thing to hold the plastic piece. Oh, goodness. While Yumit unscrewed it, apparently the whole plastic piece was just spinning, so yeesh, that's wild. Okay. With a heart. You only had to replace your license plate for 10 years? That is wild. Mine's every, like, 2 years, I think. Trying to think. The plate? Well, like, the registration for it, right? Or is that something different? Trying to think if there's like, I'm talking about the hold. Oh, interesting. Okay. I don't know what our policy is on that then. Like, I don't know if you have to get, like, when you have to get new plates and stuff. So I'm thinking, okay, is there something related to hearts? One of these gents confessed his love by presenting me with a heart. Can you guess which one? Here in 10 years, apparently due to where? Interesting, okay. Nothing, I mean, like, unless it's, like, the bouquet is shaped like a heart or something. But, like, there's nothing in music that's saying heart to me. But I want to say the flowers is too obvious. I kind of want to just guess the violin player, because maybe there's, like, a piece of the violin that is like called a heart or something like that. Maybe that's my logic. I honestly have no real thought though.
How about this?
Okay, incorrect.
Let me think this through again.
Like, okay, so is it going to be the flowers? I mean, unless this guy, like, folds the book into a heart. Is that what it is?
How about this? Phew, that's a relief.
That's dumb. Lovely answer. It was him, all right. He made a heart out of the magazine. Oh, magazine. It was like it looked like a sheet music that he was holding. Quite a creative gesture, eh? There's no inspiration like true love. Buffering? Oh. Is it fine? Are we fine? Is it back now? It was, apparently. What was the answer? It was the, it was A, the guy with the magazine. I thought it was a, like, music sheet. He just folded it so that it was the shape of a heart. That's dumb. I definitely thought there was going to be, like, some extra level of, like, there's a part of the violin that is called the heart, and so therefore, it's like he was giving her his heart. But no, it's just he folded the magazine to look like a heart. That's one where I'm like, that's dumb. Because that could have easily then been B. They could have easily said he shaped the bouquet to look like a heart. Like, there's really no deeper thing there. I thought it was because he was covering his heart with the book. The others were not covering their heart. Oh, interesting. Yeah. No, he just kind of, like, with it open, you know, like, folded it out so that it was, like, the shape of a heart. And, like, you know, the space in between was the shape of a heart. And that just seems like, I don't know. It seems silly to me. But we have to run ads, friends. So we're going to do that. Stand up, stretch, etc. Go to the bathroom if you need. Lame. Yeah, I kind of agree. That's definitely not my favorite type of puzzle. So if you need to go to the bathroom, whatever, now's the time to do so. Do your thing, and we will be RB.
Take this pause to rejuvenate. Stand. Stretch. Hydrate. We will be back in just a few moments.
And welcome back, everybody. Apologies for the longer break, but I hope you're doing good. It's only just now dawned on me that there's pizza in the fireplace. Yeah, I've like edited and changed it over time. I've put random stuff in there. One of them being the pizzas. I need to update it again soon, but and yes, that is Little Alex Horn next to Buff Garfield. I love Taskmaster. I think Alex Horn is hilarious. I've watched a couple of the Horn section podcasts and stuff. I've watched a couple of those, some older ones. But he's very funny, I think. Are you a fan of Taskmaster by chance, Gerbil? Love me some Taskmaster. I do too. I love it so much. What's been like either your favorite like series, or who's been your favorite guest? What's been your favorite? I'm a huge fan of both Bob Mortimer and Mike Wozniak, and so either of those two series are like just golden for me. I love watching either of those. I think they are so funny. I love watching Bob Mortimer on like Would I Lie to You and other stuff, and then Mike Wozniak I think should be in more stuff because I think he is just absolutely hilarious. I love his humor so much. Every now and then my mom and I look up the series with Noel Fielding and have a chuckle. That's such a good series too. I am very curious what this next one is going to be like with what's his name? But there's going to be an American comedic actor on there. Apparently he was really wild is what they've said so far, teased. So I'm curious to see what it was like having him on there. But yeah, I love Taskmaster. I think it is so funny. Greg and Alex are just, a dynamite pairing. And I don't know, but yeah, I also love the series with Rose and what's his name? There's a series with Rose and he's diabetic. I don't know why that's the one thing that's popping to my head. He's kind of intense at times. But his name is escaping me. He's kind of like a younger guy. I don't know. Anyway, that series is also really good. I forget the numbers. Like I forget which number is what, but anyway, I love it. I haven't watched it in a bit. So I can't wait for the next season to start. I can't remember if they've said when that's starting, but they've at least announced the like cast for it. So I'm excited to continue. But yeah, I love Taskmaster. I think it is one of the funniest shows out there. I think more people need to be watching it. It's just excellent. Ed Gamble, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, it's Rose and Ed, Katie. Is it Kate? What was her name? Kate? She has a short, I feel like she has a short last name. Katie Wicks popped into my head. And the rest. That was also a very funny one, but I don't know. I think Mike Wozniak, I had never seen Mike Wozniak before his series of Taskmaster. And so I was just totally caught off guard by how funny he was and like different he was than everyone else. But Brad, welcome in, Brad. How are you? I have some Taskmaster knowledge now. Not a lot, but I've watched the first 4 seasons of Taskmaster UK. What do you think? Which has been your favorite season so far? And you might have to say which guests were on it because I might not know. Oh, Joe Lycett has been gold. He was very funny. He was in the series with right? Wasn't he? What's his name? He wears glasses. That's not helpful. Hold on. Right? Am I thinking me? Is it? Yeah. What series was he on? He was on series 4 with right? Am I thinking of? Hold on. The Taskmaster wiki is not going fast enough. Oh, I'm actually thinking of a different. Oh, that was the one with Noel. But I have the wrong series in my head. But that one is a funny one. I really like of series 4. Hugh Dennis, I think, is very funny. I had not really seen him in anything before, and I thought Hugh was very funny. Noel is great. I had seen him in other stuff before, like the IT Crowd. I also really like, if you guys have never watched 48 Hours In, it's the Travel Man show with Richard Ayoade as the host, and Noel Fielding is in an episode, and it was very funny. There were so many challenges that were right up his alley, though. Yeah. I was getting confused with... Oh, Series 5 is one of my favorites, Brad. That's the one with Bob Mortimer, and it's so... I love Bob. Okay, I wonder which... Wait, what season am I thinking of? Is it season 6? Honestly, I don't know if I've seen season 6. I might have skipped that one. Wait, where is the season with... Oh, I was getting confused with season 8. Goodness, I was totally off. I thought he was on the same season as Ian Sterling, who's in season 8 of Taskmaster, or series 8. But very wrong. Could not have, well, I mean, I'm sure I could have been more wrong, but it was an attempt at being more wrong. There were so many challenges right up his alley. I first saw Noel Fielding in The Mighty Boosh. Great. I've started series 5. So wait, is that season? No, I actually like, I really like series 5. Series 5, Bob Mortimer is one of my favorites ever. I think he's the older guy. I've seen him in other panel shows, and I think he is just so funny, so hilarious. He is somebody that I am like, I just want to be friends with him. I would love to just have him as a neighbor or something, so I could just like go over there and see what weird stuff he's getting into. But Bob Mortimer is hilarious. Once you finish the series, Brad, have you ever heard of Would I Lie to You? Yeah, she's great. Do I know how to pronounce her name consistently? No. Aisling? Yes, she is very funny. But if you have not heard of Would I Lie to You, once you're done with the series, you should look up, like, just YouTube, Would I Lie to You, Bob Mortimer, and then just watch all of the compilations and stuff. Would I Lie to You is where they get these comedians and they have to read out a scenario, like they're given a card, and either the card has something that is true about them or is false, but they have to convince the other team that it is real. And he is wildly good at the game, mostly because he's just very weird. Oh wait. Oh, you like her? What? Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't been a fan of I read that completely wrong. I've seen some Instagram shorts, etc. of Would I Lie to You. Okay, you should definitely check out the Bob Mortimer clips. I also feel like that's probably fair. I would say she is probably, I could see her being a bit divisive. Also, where did the we're missing, where did the yeah, okay, there we go. Does that make it like, oh, weird. It just disappears. Okay. I'm only like 2 episodes in though. It's fair. I think she's funny. I think she's funny. I could see why maybe somebody wouldn't necessarily like her humor, but I do think I think she is funny. Again, Bob though is and actually Bob, and then there's the lady who sits at the far right. She's very funny. I've never seen her in anything besides Taskmaster. But I thought she was also very funny. If you're looking into British comedian shows, I'll also point y'all to QI and Have I Got News for You? I don't think I've heard of either. Sally Phillips. Sally Phillips was very funny, I think. Like she was like off the wall. Like I wasn't expecting her to be as funny as she was, but she was, again, especially having never seen her before. But I thought she was like also very funny. But Bob Mortimer, Nish Kumar has a great laugh. And then the guy who sits next to Bob, I can't remember. He was funny in his own way. He wasn't my favorite, but Bob is definitely, I think of the whole cast of that one, Bob, then Sally Phillips for me. Nish Kumar kicking the basketball into the hoop was hilarious with the subsequent celebration. He is very funny. I love, like, I've seen him in other things, like in other interviews, and he's just, I think he seems very clever with a lot of his jokes. QI is a sort of trivia-based show, but it's very silly. Most of the time the show ends with everyone having negative scores. I love that. I've watched Would I Lie to You? Which number out of 10 Cats? The countdown show. There's the big trivia something show. I'm very well versed in the titles of these shows. I have watched The Crystal Maze with Richard Ayoade as the host. I thought that was very fun. Again, Travel Man and Gadget Man are both very great, and they both have Richard Ayoade as the host. Same about Sally Phillips. I had to look her up because I hadn't even seen her on Countdown or the Year in Review one. Yeah. The year, yeah. About now. Yeah, I hadn't seen her in anything, but I guess she's also in like Veep and some other shows, but I have not watched Veep, so I wouldn't know. But she just, I think because like the way she is, the way she like holds herself in the like in the live show, she just seems more put together, I guess. And so then when seeing her in the tasks, I think I was just like, I don't know who you are, but you are so funny. Because anyway, yeah, I just some of her stuff was just so off the wall. But nothing will beat Bob for me. I think he's just my favorite. I've gone on YouTube just to search for like Bob Mortimer interviews. She's heckin' posh, yeah. She just seems very put together. And so then to have her sometimes do these like you'll see, but like some of the stuff she does is just so wild that I'm like, who are you? Where did you come from? It's just not what I expected. Have I Got News for You? There you go. Is sort of based on news, so older series are of course very outdated, but worth a look. I'll have to check that out. I do love a lot of these comedians, and like seeing them interact with each other and stuff is just super cool. But maybe that's just straight contrast to her. Yeah, that's fair. I would definitely not describe her as posh. But what was I gonna say? When you get to the series with Mike Wozniak, which is it must be like closer to 10 or something like that. He is, I think, so very funny. I want him in more things. I've seen him pop up in more panel shows now, and I've like gone to watch those clips because his humor is just like witty and clever, and he was apparently like a doctor before going into comedy. So like he's a smart guy, and so I feel like a lot of his jokes tend to be a little bit more like, I don't know. I feel like they go the extra mile in terms of cleverness sometimes. Whereas Bob is just like an excellent storyteller. I feel like anytime he's telling a story, it's just, he just does such a great job. I know you don't need to, but I'm trying to get through the existing series so I can be ready for season 19 when it comes out. Yeah, that'll be exciting. I am excited for that. Because I forget his name, but he was on Parks and Rec. He's an American comedian. He's going to be on it. That'll be interesting. I'm very curious to see what that'll be like. I think he's the only comedian that I know from this next series. But that's, again, there have been series that I've watched that I have not known anybody, and then have found people that have been like, oh, this guy is hilarious, or whoever is hilarious. And so I think I'll still enjoy it. But Jason, yes. I don't know how to write his name, but that looks as clear to me as it could be. So Menzukas, yes. Misplaced the T. Okay, yeah. That I wouldn't have been able to correct you, but I accept it as it mostly being correct. So, what was I gonna say though? Yeah, I don't know. It's I love it. I think it's just such a fantastic, great show. It's been a while since I've watched it. I'll need to watch. I'll need to just like go back to series or something. I think it's been a while since I've watched series 5. But I think they're great. I think they're fantastic, and you're in a good set of them too right now. Like a lot. Like, I mean, some of the newer seasons are also, I think, very, very good. But there's definitely like these early ones I feel like are just all hits pretty much. Just like there's almost like no complaints almost. I am very curious. I heard Alex Horn in an interview, and they asked him if there's ever been somebody that you wouldn't ask back. And he said yes. And he didn't say who, but he said there's only one contestant that they have ever had issues with. And I'm very curious who it is. There are definitely like some weird guests that I know like kind of pushed his buttons a little bit. Oh, I saw an interview where they asked him about why Taskmaster USA failed. I feel like I may have seen that. Because that's always very interesting. I know, who was the Taskmaster? For that, it's, he's that musician guy. They only gave half an hour, and the ads were too frequent. Yeah, I remember he said that. I feel like it's also a little bit different. And I mean, maybe this doesn't like have an effect on anything. I feel like UK comedy versus American comedy is very different in that like it seems like UK comedy, those comedians are on shows together all the time. Like they know each other very well. They have multiple panel shows that they like are constantly rotating, you know, through. Whereas the US doesn't really do that. Like really there's movies and TV shows, but not really like, maybe there's like occasionally like a Reggie Watts. That's who it was. I've never really liked Reggie, so that also feels like a weird choice to me. I feel like they would need somebody like Ryan Reynolds, or like somebody very big profile, who could like riff off of other people very well, but like, I don't know who that is. Reggie Watts was he on Jimmy Kimmel or like Jimmy Fallon? One of the Jimmys. He was like the side music guy that they would sometimes be like, hey, Reggie, so-and-so. I think you need that commanding presence like Greg Davies. Yes, agreed. I also think so. I feel like Ryan Reynolds could do it in his own, like, kind of, like, sassy way, but not, like... But he doesn't have the intimidating, commanding presence of Greg, that's for sure. But I think... So, like, I think part of also difference is, like, the fact that like the UK comedians are always on shows together. They're like very intertwined, and that works for them, and it's like very funny, and they like all again kind of know each other and work with each other. But like stand-up comedians here are not really unified in that way. There's really, like, the only thing that is, I think, vaguely similar to it is SNL, but that's, like, not quite it. But it's at the very least an outlet for comedians that are regularly together. And that's kind of it, but there's no, like, companion shows where then those, you know, SNL actors or, like, the comedians that star on it are then on other shows together. So whereas I feel like the UK, it's like an ecosystem. Sassy? Yeah, exactly. I watched one season of Taskmaster New Zealand, and even that guy was the right stature. Yeah, I think they've sort of, since the USA one, I think they've tried to find, like, a good balance. I still need to watch that one. Also want to watch the Australian one as well. Oh yeah, UK comedians can be pretty close-knit, I think. Yeah, it seems that way, because, like, I've even then watched, like, some of the random like podcasts that sort of came out of like 2020 with some of those comedians, and oftentimes they have them as guests. Like the other comedians are the ones coming in as guests, and so it's just I don't know. It's just very different than what we have here, and I think that's maybe part of it. Because I think most, even though like stand up is big in the US, obviously. I would say that, like, and granted, the UK comedians that I'm thinking of that are on panel shows, they're not just stand-up comedians. They do stand-up, but, like, they also have had their own shows and whatever. But, like, I don't know. It would be very different here, I feel like. I wouldn't know if I were trying to put together a US Taskmaster. I don't really know who I would put together who aren't just, like, actors, like comedic actors, versus like stand-up comedians. Maybe I would put like one of the comedians that I know fairly well, but honestly I don't think she would do it, and I don't know if she'd be good at it, but Maria Bamford is very funny, but I think she would have a breakdown on the show, and I think she might say that she would have that, so I don't feel bad for saying that. Stephen Fry and Alan Davies were together on QI for years until Stephen left the show, so I imagine they were pretty good friends. Yeah, that's probably fair. Stephen Fry would be interesting if he was ever on Taskmaster. I can do it, dude. Welcome in. I can problem solve, and my mom says I'm funny. Excellent. I mean, Taskmaster would be so fun to do. I've seen people do like Taskmaster parties. I thought about trying to do one when I go visit Australia, but I then realized the amount of preparation and time to orchestrate something like that would be almost not fun. Taskmaster jetpacks. I've thought about also like what it would be like to do one for like streamers. There's a Taskmaster board game my family has. That's right. There's also a Taskmaster VR game. I wish it wasn't VR only, because otherwise I would have streamed it. Because I don't have a VR headset, but that'd be amazing. What was I gonna say? Hopefully it's not too far off topic, but I recently subscribed to the Dropout Network, and a lot of their shows are very funny. I have heard of Dropout. I have not watched. I think I've maybe come across some clips or something, but yeah, that's very. Are you enjoying it? Are you enjoying that subscription? Yeah, Maria Bamford, I could see. I mean, she's very funny. She was in one game show where it was like a cooking show, and but it was like comedians competing. I think she left after the first episode, like she was voted out or whatever, and I think she said that she had pretty much like a mental breakdown on the show because it was just so high pressure. So I don't know if she'd be able to do Taskmaster, despite the fact that I think she would be funny. Also, the yapping gave me time to make a mug cake. Wow, before the puzzle started again. Perfect. What kind of cake? Clips are getting more popular, and yes, that's what led me to it. I'm enjoying it. Sometimes I just need to laugh instead of saying to Balatro, how is your Balatro playing? Also, Brad is a huge Balatro fan, so I'm sure Brad will chime in. For the Taskmaster in a revived US series, I'm thinking Colin Jost. Why does that name sound vaguely familiar? Let me check on my phone. Balatro trolling me? Let's see. Colin Jost. Oh, yes. This guy. I could see that. He could probably be intimidating. Yes. I have not watched much of this like era of SNL. But I've seen some clips, and yes, I could see him doing it. A chocolate mug cake. I've made it so many times I had the recipe memorized. Oh, I hope it's so good. Yeah. Just beat Gold Steak yesterday for the first time, but it's an enjoyable grind. I forget which is the highest stake I've done. I think my highest is on the yellow deck, the one that gives you more money. But I unlocked the deck that has the double tag. And I've been having fun with that because I basically just keep playing that until I get a bunch of those, and then I spend it all on the negatives. So that I then have just like so many negative jokers. That's fun for me. And a glyph. Yeah, there we go. I beat Gold Steak once on blue deck. I think yellow deck is my highest, I'm pretty sure. But it's the best mug cake I've ever had, founded back in February. Oh, that sounds so good. And a glyph has a, yeah. I got up to 30 negative jokers with that. That's so fun. I love it. I think that is, Anaglyph is really fun. I got my gold on Checkered, which is that's a good deck also, because I feel like that one's, I don't know, it's easier to build around, sort of. None were useful. That's the worst. It is honestly the worst feeling when you go for a negative joker and then it ends up being one that's like, doesn't synergize at all with what you're doing. I hate it. It's just the worst. I will sometimes like, if I either get like a really bad polychrome card or a really bad joker card starting off, like negative joker, on one of the first early rounds, if it's just like awful, I'll just leave. I'll just quit that one and just start over. But mostly with polychrome, if it's just like, oh, this is one I hate, I'm not gonna use, then I'll just restart. But I had a negative ceremonial dagger, so they were just cannon fodder. Oh, that's amazing. That's actually great. Lurk while I exercise. Enjoy the exercise. I hope it all goes well. Gosh, I love that the conversation went from Taskmaster to Velatro. But Taskmaster is great, though. I really can't wait for the new season. But, Brad, I'm very excited for you, because there are some great moments ahead. Lots of great tasks and funniness. Again, I hope you like Bob Mortimer. I think he is just one of the funniest comedians. He is, like, easily, I think, one of the most approachable seeming of them all. Like, he seems so, I don't know, just relaxed, I guess. And I don't know, I just love him. Still working out details on the Balatro tournament. You'll have to tell me about that, because that does sound wild. I don't think I'd be good at it. But I do, I mean, I just love Balatro. I think it's just very fun. What's not to love about it, you know? Gosh. I wonder, like, I don't know. When is Balat 2? I wonder if they'll work on a Balat 2 next, or I'm sure they're still coming out with more cards and stuff for it, but Balatro 2 Electric Boogaloo. When is that coming out? It's just for fun, bragging rights, and maybe I'll see about a Steam gift card or something. What is your highest ante that you've been to? I feel like mine is only like, I think I've made it to 10, but I've not beaten 10. 12? Yeah, I still haven't gotten the last, like, achievement ones that are like, you have to get to 11 and 12, I think. I can't get past 10. I'm just stuck there. Or maybe I got to 11 once. I just can't. I don't have a grasp on the, I got robbed with my last run to 12. I don't know if you've ever had the issue where, like, you just read something wrong or make a dumb mistake, especially with, like, a boss blind. I have definitely, I was trying to get to that the $400 Joker, yeah. I definitely had one where I probably could have beaten the boss blind, but I read the boss blind as you have to play 5 cards instead of, but it was actually like you play 1 hand. And so, like, I just just did terrible. Like, and I was like, wow, I just literally threw that away. Like, I didn't, I could have probably won had I, like, discarded more cards and tried to, like, do that, but I just clearly did not read that at all. And the boss blind was play high card and get set money to 0. Oh no. I missed out by like 15 million, which would have been easy if I could play high card. Had you just like gotten like the celestial cards for high card so that it was like crazy worth a ton. I always end up going for flushes or straights. Wait, is that right? Which is the one above flush? Oh, it was the run with all the negatives. Oh, I see. Oh, that would have been nice. And I had Hanging Chad, Photograph, Baron, and a bunch of things. Oh, that's so good. It was fun for me working on trying to get the, like, 5 of a kinds and all of that. I had a run where I did just, like, I kept copying every king I found, or, like, anytime I bought the packs, I would, if no matter the suit, I would choose king, and then I would, like, use then the tarot cards to, like, change it to the different suit that I was using. So I think I had, like, all spade kings, and so it was so much fun. Your high card is at level 30? Oh, that's wild. Yeah, I hate the blind that's like, whatever your top used card configuration is, it'll set your money to 0. I hate that. Got a meeting. Enjoy the meeting, Brad. I hope you have a good one. I hope they did discuss Balatro. Okay, let's go for a bit longer. Let's probably go for another... Well, okay, actually, we would have to stop in a few minutes to run ads, and we just chatted through all of that. So we're gonna take our break now, so that way we can have kind of an uninterrupted last go of puzzles. So, friends, apologies. If you need to stand up, stretch, etc., now's a perfect time to go do so. We'll go ahead, run ads, and then we'll be back with some more Professor Layton. So, BRB!
This is your time, Jetpack Gang. Stand up, move around, grab a snack, hydrate. The stream will resume in just a few minutes.
And welcome back. Side note. So I made a choice. Over the weekend. Was it weekend? Probably, or like late last week. I bought lemon flavored chips. And tortilla chips. And because I like the taste of lemon stuff. But for one, I don't think, because that sounds weird, lemon chips. But like, again, I've had like lemon flavored other snacks and I liked that. Like from one of the Japan boxes that I used to get, they had these like sort of like puffs that were lemon flavored and it was so good. Rain, where's No Man's Sky? Not today, probably not for a few days anyways. We'll be playing Professor Layton for a bit. We'll hop back into No Man's Sky maybe at some point this week, but we'll have to just kind of see. But I got lemon chips, and one, they don't smell like lemons, so it honestly just tastes like lime chips, which is more normal, like citrus, like you can often get those tortilla chips that are like something like cilantro lime or whatever. It kind of tastes like that a little bit. You can taste the citrusness of it, but it doesn't like particularly taste, I feel like lemon or lime either. If you gave that to me and said these are lime chips, I'd say yes, these are lime chips. But they've been okay. They've been okay. I've started to like, I was actually just eating them without anything with them. I was just like having them as a side. But today I got some salsa and it's been good. I just had a few chips while we went BRB. And it tastes better, I think, even. I feel like it's good. I'm chasing, there was one Japanese snack that was like yuzu flavored, which is that like lemon-y thing. Daz, welcome in. Yuzu is that like Japanese lemon that's like a little bit different. And I'm just chasing that flavor, and I'm just sad because I've never been able to find it. But there were these like corn curl type puff things that we got once from one of those Japan boxes. I forget they were called, but they were yuzu flavored. I can find it. Yuzu flavored. And I think they were like a limited time, like summer flavor. So it's not even a snack that you can normally get. But I will say one of the grocery stores in town, they actually sell like yuzu soda, like almost like a sparkling soda, but yuzu flavored. It's very good. I wish yuzu was used more. Yuzu was used more here. Where was this? Surely you have. I can picture what the box looked like. Because that's... I'm a big fan of packaging. Puff. Does that help? Maybe search for summer. I kind of miss those Japanese snack boxes a little bit. Ooh, yuzu ice cream? I bet that's so good. I like lemon ice cream. Anyway, I can't find it. I was gonna show a picture of it, but I can't find it, so never mind. Daz, how are you? You two aren't smart cookies. When it comes to puzzle solving... Oh, are smart cookies. I'll give you that. I was like, yikes. The compliment means all the more coming from a lady such as yourself, Lawrence. I do hope we run into each other again sometime. Tee-hee, now you're making me blush. You can sweet talk me if you like, but you should know I'm a married woman. It seems our friend here has taken a shine to you, Professor. Cookies. Isn't Anzac Day coming up? I work in a little cafe. One day the manager in charge stepped out, leaving me to run the shop. Hold on, we have a few things. Before stepping out the door, the manager said to me, I'm relying on you today. I'll be back as soon as I can. After the manager left, I noticed that a raincoat had been left behind on the counter. Oh no, the manager must have forgotten this. I thought to myself, and come to think of it, I don't even know where the manager went. Who's going to be the manager, we wonder? A little while later, a customer arrived, the first customer of the day. The rain is terrible. I'll have a coffee, please, a real hot one. The customer said, taking a window seat. I looked outside and saw that it had started raining. The door flew open, and I could hear the sound of the rain on the pavement as the next customer came in. Gosh, it's just like they forecasted. The rain has chilled me to the bone. I'll have a tea, please, but don't steep it for too long. Since the manager in charge was gone, I had to make a coffee for the customer by the window. I also had to make a tea, blah, 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 blah. I ran into a snag when I realized the white thing was gone. The raincoat? The door opened again, and someone stepped inside. Thank heavens, that must be the manager, I said. But when I turned around, I saw that it was actually a customer. This customer sat down by the counter. Eesh, I'm tired, but look at this white thing I found in the forest. Was I lucky or what? All right, my order, I'll have this. It is, but I have to apologize because I can't make you a cocoa. The white thing is gone, you see, I said, deciding I had to be honest. Okay, maybe... Overhearing my apology, the mustached customer sitting by the window said, I don't like my coffee black. One really needs to tip the white thing to make it palatable. Oh, I wonder, is there going to be milk? So maybe it's not raincoat. This person... Wait. I found this white thing. Wait. Maybe it's that? I wonder where, like... Hold on. Where's the manager? Could you be the manager? Wait. Manager? And these are the customers? I don't know, like, who would go where. Or maybe it doesn't matter. I don't know. We're still missing more stickers, though, so... a man had been left on the counter. I'm terrible. 25th of April. So yes, coming up. Nice. Oh, very cool. Well, oh, also happy April Fool's, Daz. I noticed it's already over there. I hope you don't get fooled. I hope you don't get fooled today, though I know there will be a lot more stuff tomorrow. I have to admit that I've gotten a bit turned around with all this time traveling. What are we investigating now? Oh ho ho, feeling a little bit discombobulated, my boy. I can hardly blame you. It's also not every day that I travel to the future and meet my adult self. I could do with a bit of a review on our case as it currently stands. Very well, let's see if we can bring you up to speed. Alright, do you remember why Big Luke called us to the future? To stop the evil Professor Layton, right? And what exactly are we stopping my future self from doing? Oh, right. We want to stop him from completing his time machine research. Precisely, which is exactly why you and I were headed to Chinatown. Oh, yes. Now it's all coming back to me. But then we failed to get into Chinatown. It was at that point you started talking about asking the inspector some questions. Yes, but at that time, I had no idea we'd be able to jump back to our own time to question him. In that sense, it seems we got pretty lucky, huh? Perhaps. Perhaps. It sounds like something isn't sitting right with you. Is something bothering you? Indeed, and that's something we've come to investigate. Ah, and we've just about reached our stop. We'll run by my office, and then it's off to see the inspector. We arrived at Gressenheller U. Next chapter? Oh, I have not been saving? Make sure you tell me to save. Chapter 5, The Forgotten Case. I need to stop by my office and check something. After that, we'll go find Inspector Chelmy. Rosetta. There you are, Professor. I can see you canceled lecture again this week. Let me guess, are you investigating another strange mystery? Hello, Rosetta. Yes, something rather pressing has come up. But I'll be sure to hold a makeup session later. I love that. He seems like a terrible professor. Oh, no worries, Mr. L. As long as I get my credits, I'm not sweating it. Now, what kind of attitude is that to have, Rosetta? If you want those credits, you'll have to earn them. But you're not teaching, Layton. And as your paper is on the stone relics of Cornwall, I'd say you have your work cut out for you. As your advisor, I insist that you check in with me weekly until your paper is shaped up. I didn't mean to imply I wasn't interested in the work, and I'm very much looking forward to our sessions together. Not every girl has the privilege of receiving private instruction from the great Professor Layton. What I mean to say is that you should check in during office hours. Oh, you don't have to tell me twice, Professor. I'll see you next week. Hee hee. I don't know what that girl's up to, but it can't be good, Professor. Nonsense, my boy. I'm sure it's all in your head. You can't fool me. Did you see the look she gave you? She's a man-eater, whatever that means. Luke. Oh, dear. It's very funny. Hey, aren't you the guard we bumped into at the demonstration? Why are you here? As you may recall, last week's demonstration experienced a few hiccups. When the dust settled, management decided it would be best to cut me loose. I'm sorry to hear that. Excuse me, I don't believe I've properly introduced myself. Please, sir, don't bother. Dean Delmona filled me in. It's an honor to meet you, Professor Layton. I've actually just been holding on to a puzzle just in case you happen to come by. Care to hear it? The Shady Trio. Nelly Furtado stealing lyrics from Luke. Oh man, Nelly, where'd you go? I was always a fan of Like a Bird, you know? Each member of a shady trio was dressed in red, white, and green. However, none of their outfits were the same. Here's what the witnesses had to say about them. The men wore the same colored jackets. 2 of them had white pants on. The larger man wore a white hat. The woman's jacket was green. Tap the trio's colors and change the colors. Wait. Tap the trio's clothes and change the colors to match the eyewitness reports. Okay. Whoops. Okay, so green. 2 of them had white pants on. So none of the outfits are the same. Red, white, and green. Men wore the same color jackets. 2 of them had white pants on. The larger man wore a white hat. Oh, also I need to switch this. Each member of a shady trio was dressed in red, white, and green. So, okay. They were each wearing one of those colors. If her hat is red, he has a white hat. They could both be wearing red jackets. I think that fulfills everything. The men wore the same color jackets. 2 of them had white pants on. The large man wore a white hat. The woman's jacket was green.
Let's see if I've got this right.
Done!
Just as I suspected.
Smashing! For a shady trio, their clothes might have been a little too conspicuous. Oh, that's way better. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I forget, because it's like normal for me. And so I forget that it wasn't for you. So I'm glad that I looked over and was like, wait a minute. Simply beautiful work, sir. Thank you so much for indulging me. Not at all. I quite enjoyed myself. Valid. I looked over and was like, wait, oh, you guys can't see anything. Hello. Delmona. Herschel, my boy, I've been looking for you. Hello, sir. Didn't you receive my notice that I was on holiday? Oh, that? Yes, everything's in order there. It's something else that I need your help with. In that case, please tell me, how can I be of assistance to you, sir? Lean in a bit, my boy. What I'm about to ask you, well, I wouldn't like anyone else to hear it. The thing is, I have a puzzle I simply can't work through on my own. My darling granddaughter brought it to me. All, shall we? Of course. After all, you've a reputation to maintain with your granddaughter. It'll be our secret. Hoo-hoo, hoo-hoo. Perceptive as always. And what about you there, young man? Can you keep a secret? Of course, my lips are sealed, sir. Splendid. For that, you have my thanks. One last thing, Herschel. There's a young lady in your office. She said she's waiting for you. I see. Oh, you must be talking about Flora.
Oh, hi there, Flora. You two have got some nerve leaving me alone while you go off on another adventure.
Also, this voice is not what I was expecting.
Now, Flora, you know that wasn't our intention at all. While we were out investigating one issue, an even more troublesome matter arose.
What kind of troublesome matter? We couldn't have seen it coming, Flora. Honest.
Honest.
Really. Of course, we wouldn't have left you behind on purpose.
Luke is quite right. Do forgive us for our oversight.
Well, okay. Just this once. But you two had better not leave me alone again.
Flora's a pushover.
Of course not.
What's done is done, so I guess there's no point in my stewing over it. You two must be awfully tired from all that running around. I just made a pot of tea. I'll go fetch it. Did you just make a promise to Flora? I believe I may have, and unfortunately, this is one promise I fear I may have to break. Oh my goodness. Wait, does he? Does he sound different than the UK version? Oh, that's interesting. I'll have to hear a difference. Professor, that's terrible, not to mention very unlike you to go back on your word. Well, I didn't see you doing anything to dissuade the poor girl from coming with us. Layton's passing the blame. Besides, you know our current case is fraught with danger. I don't want her to get hurt. Anyway, we need to finish our work here so we can find the inspector. We'd best move quickly. I suppose you're right, Professor. All right, then, what are we looking for here? Somewhere in my office is a leather-bound notebook with a yellow note sticking out of it. Do you think you can help me find it? Aye, aye, Professor. I'm on the case. Oh, there we go. It's just on his desk. Is this the notebook you were talking about? Why, yes, it is. Let's see. Information concerning the explosion at the Institute of Polydimensional Research. Did you put this notebook together, Professor? I did, piece by piece. Sadly, most of its contents have been removed. Whoa, you weren't kidding. Most of the pages have been torn out. It's been a while since I opened it last. Let me see. At least the newspaper clippings are intact. When exactly are all these articles from, Professor? I'll explain more on the bus, but for now, we need to get out of here before Flora returns. We sent her to go get tea, and now we're just ditching her again. Voila! I thought you might be hungry, so I made some little cucumber sand... Oh dear, where did they go? Oh boy. Run, Luke! Before she finds us. Depends if we go back in there. Probably wouldn't let us. It'd be like, we can't go back in there. About the notebook we picked up at your office, Professor. Exactly what explosion were you researching? It all happened several years ago when you were very small. Two scientists working in a physics lab unwittingly caused an explosion during an experiment. The explosion devastated the surrounding area. That must have been all over the news. You'd think so, wouldn't you? However, though many perished in the blast, few records of the accident remain. What happened? That's something I'm still trying to figure out for myself, but answer me this, Luke. What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear of an explosion? The explosion of Dr. Stungun's time machine, of course. That was my first thought as well. I have a strong suspicion that these two incidents are connected. Why is that? Well, it's nothing more than a hunch, so I really can't say more right now. I bet it has to do with the lady he was chatting up earlier. Oh, Professor, this is our stop. Maybe an explosion happened at the lab that she was working at. She disappeared, and that's why he's surprised to see her again. Just checked. Yeah, you can find the comparisons of US and UKE Luke on YouTube. It's super noticeable in the first game. I'll have to check it out. I really want to hear the difference. Here we are at Scotland Yard. There's no time to waste. We need to find the inspector. Oh, my bad. Hello. Welcome to Scotland Yard, headquarters of the London Police. How may I be of service to you? We're here to see Inspector Chelmy. Will you please let him know we'd like to speak with him? Unfortunately, the inspector is terribly busy right now. What's more, I have strict orders to issue this puzzle to all visitors. It really is. I just listened to some of it. Which do you prefer, Emmers? A dangerous place. In recent years, this city has been suffering from an increase in accidents and crime. According to a survey, there's one place in the city where there is a higher average of injured people and deaths throughout the year. Where could it be? Hold on. In recent years, the city has been suffering from an increase in accidents and crime. According to a survey, there's one place in the city where there is a higher average of injured people and deaths throughout the year. Where could it be? Circle the name of the place. Is it the cemetery? Is it like kind of a joke because they're all dead already? Like, and so they'd all be injured in some way? I'm not gonna even think twice about it. I just want it to be the cemetery.
Let's see if I've got this right.
No, okay. I really wanted it to be like,
Well,
there's so many deaths there because they're all dead. I think honestly, I prefer UK for Luke. Interesting. I'll have to listen to it later. Okay, I'll actually think about it now. All right, so we have, hold on, sorry, restart. We have the church, cemetery, school, hospital, police station, park, monument. There's also this plane here. I mean, the hospital, I guess? I mean, because it also works the same way.
Let's see if I've got this right.
Okay.
Well, that's settled.
UK Luke has so much personality in his voice. Oh, interesting. I'll have to hear that. I will say, yeah, Luke is very, like... I don't know. That's right. There might be a lot of dangerous places, but this hospital is where injured and sick people gather throughout the year. Done. That's correct. All right. Tremendous work as usual, Professor Layton. Oh, do you know each other? Of course. That is I know the professor. How could any self-respecting puzzle nut not know the name Layton? I'm a huge fan. I assume the puzzle I just solved was one of your own design? You got me there. I just couldn't pass up the chance to have the Professor Layton solve my puzzle. I'll call ahead to let the inspector know you're coming. His office is just up those stairs on the second floor. Thank you very much. We're famous. Nothing like a cup of tea to soothe jangled nerves. Good day, Barton. Good day to you, sir. Barton, we wish to have a few words with the inspector, but I don't see him here. I don't see him here either. I was led to believe he was here in his office. Yes, he was. Then he got up and left. It was all very sudden. I, too, am puzzled by his sudden disappearance. Barton, I sincerely hope you're not spreading misinformation about me. I just told you that I needed to pop downstairs to see the commissioner. Yes, you did say that, sir. Use your ears, Constable. You'll never move up the force if you don't listen or learn to listen. Greetings, Inspector. Apologies for not saying hello, Layton. What a surprise to see you. Welcome to my humble office. Forgive the sudden intrusion, Inspector. I heard that you're leading the investigation on the Prime Minister's disappearance. I am, and it's you I'm speaking with. And as it's you I'm speaking with, I'll be quite candid. This case has me completely baffled. Dozens of eyewitnesses, myself included, and not one blasted lead to work with. Since you were there, I might as well hear your take on things. Have a seat. I was questioned the day of the incident, but maybe our chat will uncover some new theories. Barton is trying his best. Poor Barton. I fear the inspector may be quite angry with me right now. We've already established that you were there when the explosion occurred. Yes, I certainly was. Then you must believe, as I do, that there was no way anyone could have survived that blast. Not that quack stun gun, not his staff, and though I hate to say it, not the Prime Minister. But what confounds me is that not a single trace of the lot remains. What do you mean by that? What I mean is we've canvassed the whole place and haven't found a thing related to the victims. No bodies, no clothing, and no shoes, not even so much as a pocket watch or ring. All we have recovered from the scene was the 10 tons of scrap metal that used to be the machine. No people, though. There were 8 of them, sir. What? Did you say something just now, Constable? There were 8 of them, sir. 8 people vanished. Ah, yes. According to eyewitnesses reports, 8 people vanished from the scene. That group consisted of Stun Gun, a handful of his assistants, and the Prime Minister. Now, how in the world do 8 people just vanish? It's like a blasted magic trick. Don't worry, Inspector. From what I've heard, the Prime Minister is still alive. Ah, young Luke. Be a good lad and keep quiet, all right? The adults are having a serious conversation here. If you're bored, why don't you and Barton go play in the hall? Inspector, I assure you Luke isn't making this up. There's a very real possibility that Bill Hawks is alive. What? Well, don't leave me here scratching my head like a fool. Explain, Layton. Before I do, I must ask you for a favor first. And what would that be? Do you recall... do you recall the explosion that occurred at the Polydimensional Research Institute 10 years ago? What did you just say? I'll take that as a yes. It is imperative that I see any and all case files on that incident. You just might be onto something here, Layton. What do you know? Nothing at the moment, but I have a suspicion your current case and this old one are linked in some way. I'd like to help. Really, I would, but those files are sealed and require top-level clearance. Even a high-ranking officer like myself would have trouble getting his hands on those. I see. I'd hoped a man of your status might have the influence necessary to acquire those documents. Unfortunately, it seems I may have hoped for too much. I'm sorry I'm sorry to have asked the impossible of you. Wait just a moment, Layton. I might be able to get you access to those case files. Excellent. I'd be extremely grateful for that. Layton being very manipulative. There's one thing, though. These documents don't come for free. I want to hear everything you know or suspect about the Prime Minister's whereabouts. Of course, once I've seen the documents, and I'm sure my theory is sound, every detail will be yours. Barton, head down to the archives and find those old files. Tell them you're there on my orders. Right away, sir. Those files can't leave the archive, but you can read them there. Head downstairs past the lobby into the basement. Much appreciated, Inspector. Playing him like a fiddle. I'm gonna dip out. Have a good rest of the stream. Brad, have a good one. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Enjoy. Okay. To the archive. Hello. Hey, Barton. Welcome to the archive. I've gathered all the files pertaining to the explosion. Thank you, Barton. Your hard work has saved us considerable time. Ooh, these documents are all mildewy and covered in dust. These files are off limits to most people. You're the first to touch them in a long time. I see. Hand some of those over and I'll help you look through them. Where should I start? I appreciate the offer, but I should handle these myself. They are top secret after all. Of course, I understand. Luke does not understand. You know, it seems like the inspector's always yelling at you. Don't you ever get tired of it? It's not so bad. Sure, he scolds me, but only when he has good reason to, which is often, unfortunately. Oh. I make a lot of mistakes, so I get yelled at a lot. He always is telling me I lack insight on cases and don't, Boop. 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 Okay, I think I figured it out, but I think I just got mixed up. Hold on. Here to here. Here to here. It was definitely... Okay, wait, hold on. It was like here to this to up. And that connects. The puzzle music is bringing back so many memories. It's such a good song. Did I go here? Here. And across? Yes. Okay. So that's what we need to... That's what we're gonna draw. Alright. Oh. Oh. No. I think that's it.
How about this?
There we go.
Phew, that's a relief.
Took me a second, but we got there. Nice driving. You have to circle all the way around the parking lot to get to the space. Kind of annoying that you just can't pull straight in, right? This picture's funny. Thank you, Gerbil. Wonderful work, Luke. I bet you never give the professor any cause to yell at you. Well, he's not really the yelling type, but it's true that I never let a puzzle go unsolved. I've got his reputation to protect. Oh dear, I've never considered the possibility that my goof-ups would harm the inspector's reputation. Don't worry, Barton. What's most important is to try your best. If only I could convince the inspector to see things that way. Luke, come now. I think I found what we came here for. What is it, Professor? Poor Barton. That file yielded some very valuable information, Luke. What exactly did you find out, Professor? Let's just say I'm very confident the Prime Minister's still alive. However, the only way to save him is to travel to the other London, where he's being held. You think he might be trapped in the future? Perhaps. Let's bring the discussion to the inspector. Before we do, we didn't really click on anything here. Got ourselves some coins. Well, Layton, did your investigation bear any fruit? It did indeed. To start, allow me a few questions. Inspector, were you involved in the investigation into the explosion at the Institute 10 years ago? Yes, I was there ages ago. I remember I had just been promoted to assistant inspector. I see, and do you remember the names of the scientists thought to have caused the explosion? Let me think. Yes. It's coming back to me now. One man's name was Allen, Dimitri Allen. Weren't there two scientists implicated? Do you remember the second scientist's name? It was quite a long time ago, you know. I see you're having some difficulty remembering. Well then, how about the victims? Do you remember much about them? The explosion caused substantial damage to the area and destroyed the neighboring apartment complex. One of the lab assistants perished in the explosion, as did several tenants in the building next door. Strangely enough, though, I think both of the scientists involved in the experiment survived. That was very informative, Inspector. Good, because I've got a few questions of my own now. How do you think this old case relates to my current one? This is just a theory, but I think the Prime Minister is being held somewhere beyond the influence of Scotland Yard. Do you mean to say he's being held captive in another country? You may find what I'm about to tell you hard to believe, but I think Bill Hawks is being held captive in the future. Is this your idea of a joke? I'm not laughing. I can understand your skepticism. Thank you for all your help today, Inspector. Should I learn anything else about the Prime Minister's whereabouts, you will be among the first to know. Come, Luke, let's be off. No, wait, right there. We had a deal. Surely you've got more for me than that far-fetched theory. Inspector, I've told you as much as I know at the moment. Now something. Goodbye, I guess. Ta-ta for now. Now that we got what we came for, let's go back to the clock shop. Cog's waiting for us. Okay, Professor. I feel like it's all gonna come back to that one lady. I suppose we have to head back to future London now, huh? What's the matter, Luke? Are you scared of traveling through time again? Yes, I mean, no, as long as I don't have to do it alone. Of course not, I'll be right here with you. First on the agenda is heading to Chinatown to meet the future Professor Layton, right? That's right, and if my guess is correct, we'll find the Prime Minister there as well. Do you think we'll run into trouble along the way? Considering the warm welcome we received from the family at the casino, I'd say anything's possible. Luke, there's no telling what kind of danger awaits us in the future. Maybe it would be best for you to remain here in our time. What kind of apprentice would I be if I left you to face danger all alone? Of course I'm going to. Aw, Luke is loyal. Chapter 6. I feel like... Let's go ahead. I have saved. Let's go ahead and stop here. I feel like this is probably a good stopping point right at the start of a new chapter. Plus we were gonna have to stop anyways in a little bit. So we'll go ahead and stop there, but we'll be back tomorrow with more Professor Layton. So if you are a Layton fan and want to see some more puzzles, join us tomorrow for some more. Tomorrow, also be aware that it is April Fool's Day, so don't get caught up in, don't be fooled. Don't be fooled, anyone. And again, I'm very excited for the Direct on Wednesday. Should be a good time. Very curious to see what gets announced and all of that. But friends, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for hanging out with me. Before we go, let me just give a couple thank yous real fast. To Emmers for the 60 stream streak. I appreciate it. Yimit for the 70 stream streak. And Yimit, thank you again for resubscribing for 37 months. But for subscribing for 3 months in advance. I appreciate it. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much. Thank you for the stream, Gerbil. Thank you for being here. I hope you're enjoying Layton. Hope you're enjoying this. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow with some more. So I hope you guys are. So many warnings for April Fools. Well, I just know that I'm gonna forget, and I'm going to be like, oh my goodness, this is real, and then it ends up, and then I'm like, oh wait, I'm an idiot. I just don't want you guys to be fooled. I care about you all. I don't want you to yeah, I don't want you to be fooled. But anyway, that's it for us today. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you guys again next time. Bye-bye!